And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Under the Dreamer's Flame. We are Views from the Dungeon. Here I am, your DM, Aaron Raphael Amin. We got Riley in the seat. We got at Ryan Brown Comic Art doing his thing, at Ohio Hex. And we got Stone behind the mechanics over here. Just a quick update. This episode is going to be Sans Ersid / Ibrahim. Everyone has their own lives. We got things we need to do. We all are pursuing our own professional experiences. So I do hope you forgive us for that. We're going to do our best to kind of, just bring you a good show. And we'll see him back next week. So as far as everything goes, that is it for the upkeep. Today, I will be taking you all through a recap. So last time we began with our forgiven band of adventurers who escaped danger, along with the refugees of Orin at the gates of Burnwell. They were escorted by the guards, hoping to receive conference with King Iltar of Burnwell, hoping to find a place, that they could call home while their home has been destroyed. At that time, walking through the gates, Cain found himself incapacitated by visions of a lake, of a full moon, and a past version of himself that he still is yet to understand. Coming out of this subconscious realm, Cain and friends went to the well, hoping to meet with the Broken Blades to receive payment. But instead, there was a surprise. A woman named Val, who Cain knew in his past, was there. A tiefling who worked her charms on the whole party when they were introduced, and left just as quickly as she was introduced. The Broken Blades returned and established a deal with the party where they would be considered permanent constituents of the Broken Blades as long as they were given free hotels and a consistent amount of jobs. That being said, I think our party may still have some ulterior motives. There was a commotion outside where men, knights clad in black armor, romped through the streets upon horses, leading themselves to the kingdom of Burnwell inside the Iron District. During the commotion, two children ran up on the party, seeking some kind of solace. It was all a ruse to attempt to pickpocket some change from Cain. Now Thomas and Rutherford are known by the party, and their hijinks will not go unperceived. Later, at the Rain Roof Inn, Narissa finds herself in communion with whatever entity or deity it is that is guiding her through the lands of Elbrin, it seems. And she leaves this vision with more questions than answers. Cain, to relieve himself of some stress, decides to work his charms on a receptionist of the Rain Roof Inn, a woman by the name of Tiana. They're recommended to reach the last coin, where the party goes to enjoy themselves, gets a few drinks, some spirits, and a very lively time is had. In the bar, they notice the two children, Thomas and Rutherford, and Ersid makes it a point to speak with them and have them watch over the red wizards that they've been seeing around Burnwell. Cain spends some time with Tiana in solitude, hoping to get to know her better. And Ersid himself decides to relieve himself outside, where he finds himself lost in the darkness, chasing shadows and barking dogs, hissing cats leading him down alleyways to a strange creature. His whereabouts are now unknown. And we pick up at the bar, which has picked up a lively, jovial mood. Cain decides to return to the party, and Uren, you see two children, Thomas and Rutherford, perusing through the seats and all the dancing people, trying to keep an eye on the red wizards as you keep an eye on them. You guys order more drinks for the night. Last call is coming. Bards are playing, and everyone is in a good mood.
I'll say, Cain,
Yes?
can I talk to you for a second?
Well, sure.
All right. She, finishes the rest of the absinthe and just puts the bottle down in the middle of the table.
You notice that a couple of like people dancing are like keeping eyes on you, and they cheer as you get through the bottle, and they're just flabbergasted by the fact that you're still on 2 feet. You catch the eyes of the Dragonborn owner, who just gives you a nod in affirmative affirmation.
I just nod back. So, earlier, I wasn't trying to offend you or the others by saying that I didn't have friends. I just... And I guess this is kind of embarrassing, but I don't know what that really means. And I'm asking you about this because I think the others might think ill of me for not knowing, or maybe not Uren, but I know Ersid would say something stupid. So...
Yeah, he probably would. I'm sorry that you don't really understand friendship. I feel like it's something hard to describe.
I mean, I guess it's just the word has been thrown around a lot. We are friends. You are friends with that white demon woman. Ersid was saying that those bald men were your friends, but I think that was sarcasm.
Yes, it was. He was being sarcastic.
Right. So...
I see your confusion, the dilemma. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about us? I mean, do you have our backs?
I mean, for the first time ever, I was worried about somebody other than myself back in Orin. Is that what you would consider friendship?
Yeah. I think also the fact that you're willing to talk about this with me is another sign of friendship.
Okay.
Someone that you can confide in about what you're thinking and feeling inside is a friend.
I guess I understood it from a definition standpoint, but I mean, I've never had anyone I would consider a friend, so...
And as you say this, you hear the chime of a bell as the door opens, and walks in are the 3 broken blades, Oliver, Metal, and Uwasa. Metal just say, "My friends, it looks like it is time." He says, "Bartender, get me your strongest stuff. I know it is last call." And they both kind of like smile at each other. It seems like they have an established relationship. Oliver comes and sits down, and Uwasa kind of like weasels her way in and waves at all you guys. "So, how's the night been?"
It's been pretty good.
"Well, I hope we can spend this last moment here enjoying ourselves. Tomorrow, I think we're going to get back to work."
Oh, you have something else lined up?
"We always have something lined up, mate. Isn't that good for you?"
Oh, yeah. It's great.
That's it.
As long as it doesn't lead to, as big of a shenanigan as what happened last time.
Remind me, what exactly happened? Did you tell me?
Oh, well,
I mean, you don't have to.
we went to Orin to give the water. This happened, that happened. The city's pretty much sundered now.
Oh, always leaving out the big details, aren't you? The whole city's gone. Hopefully that's not your fault.
Well, who's to say whose fault it really is?
And he kind of looks you up and down, and he looks at the whole party, and he looks at Uwasa, and Uwasa eyes you guys, and just kind of gives Oliver a solid, like, thumbs up. I think Uwasa is a good judge of people. I like to think I am myself. And so, I don't think we would have invited you once again if we saw any ill will carried on your shoulders.
Oh, none at all. Just trying to survive.
And Metal comes back with drinks and passes them out. He asks you all if you guys want another. He has enough for all of you. Just some ale.
Yes, please.
Yes.
My friends, yes.
Thank you.
This is a night to celebrate.
I hope you didn't want any absinthe. I think I drank it all.
Well, good thing. Hopefully he gets restocked soon. We stay in Burnwell so I can get absinthe anytime. That means that you drink all that absinthe
I just pushed the bottle.
by yourself.
Yes.
He smacks Oliver on the back, just clasps him real hard. You hear a hollow thud, and he says, well, Metal, these are our friends. We chose wisely. And as you guys are drinking, the two children, Thomas and Rutherford, kind of slowly start making their way. Uren, you realize that like they're not sure what they should do. They keep looking at the table and looking at the door, and every once in a while they make eye contact with you.
Are they within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay.
Scare the shit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say in psionic mind, you there? Come over here for a moment.
And like you see his eyes open wide, little Thomas, and he freezes and he looks around and he looks at you
I'm making eye contact.
and he like
Yes, me. Over here.
he doesn't say anything. He just kind of walks and like Rutherford's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? The taller, older, closely shaven brother, and little Thomas makes his way. Are you speaking in my...
And then I just answer, just verbally, yes. You seem a little bit lost.
Your friend. At least I think he's your friend. He asked us to where is he?
He has been gone for a while now, hasn't he? I was hoping you could answer some questions about that for me.
And Rutherford kind of like steps up and steps in front of Thomas. Well, he asked us where the John was, and he also asked us, and he like sneaks in closer to you. He asked us to watch these, well, red robe folks over here.
I see. And what have you seen of them as you've been watching?
And he kind of looks around. I would rather not say while they're still in here. Maybe we can talk again in the morning.
I just psionic mind him. You can just think it and I'll know.
And he raises an eyebrow, looks at you inquisitively, and thinks real hard. And you can see it on his face that he's thinking.
No, like just think of saying it to me. You'll catch on.
And like there's a small strain in his neck as he says telepathically, they say that they're trying to leave as soon as possible. And like he kind of relaxes, realizing like the ease of this process. They are afraid of Aird's finest. With the realists being here, they seem a little unsure. They also said something about the bard here, and that they did not have time for them.
The bard?
Yeah.
The one playing now, or my friend here?
And he looks over. That scaly man is a bard, not him. The one playing.
You didn't have time for him. Interesting. One second.
And Thomas starts chugging on Rutherford's shoulder. I think we should leave. I think we should go. I think they're staring at us.
Yes, you should go. Though, if you do see our friend, send him back our way.
Will do. And Rutherford grabs little Thomas and they rush out the door. What are you guys doing for the rest of the night? Last call's on its way. You see the red wizards, they hurry out. Not so soon after Thomas and Rutherford, not as if they're chasing him, but they are in a hurry. A lot of the the tavern goers start to mesh in and out. You see the Dragonborn, he's cleaning up. The bard finally closes up his little mandolin, puts it in a case, and heads out the door. It's quiet.
Well, nothing got me drunk, so...
Is this... And Oliver looks up. Is that your goal here?
I would like to see if anything could. So far, no luck.
He raises an eyebrow and smiles. Well, as long as we keep working together, if we get out of Burnwell, we can travel all the taverns in the world, can't we?
Have you never
Suppose
been
so.
drunk?
No.
What the fuck?
And Wasa's just looking at you, eyes large as all get out, like as if she's just completely surprised by the notion.
It seems like fun. It seems like a lot of people have fun, and I just never.
And you want to have fun.
And Uwasa like kind of steps into the empty tavern and like starts to dance and twirl around and smiles at you. Narissa.
Is that fun?
She nods as she kind of like is lazily lilting from side to side.
I don't know if is this. I guess I can kind of dance.
Well, why don't you do it? And I'll start playing a song on my violin.
Okay.
Please roll performance, my guy.
Yeah.
I'll get up. I'll do a dance that's kind of like, almost like the Samoan kind of tribal where they do a lot of like stomping.
Like the
Like the
haka?
haka.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Cool.
You can roll performance with dex or strength.
No. It's like a 3.
It's like a 3.
15.
15. Kane, you play a beautiful, soft, somber melody that sort of betrays your emotions. It's a little slow and fills the tavern with a thoughtful essence. Narissa, your practice in this dance and these sort of exposés of strength that you're so used to don't line up well with this type of music. And on top of that, there's not a lot of like confidence behind it being such a strange place. So everything looks a little awkward. And Iwasa kind of laughs and kind of claps.
The music is wrong.
Well, that's rude.
No offense to you. It's just where I come from. It's mostly drums.
Well, I don't have any drums, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
And
Unforgivable.
I'm sure I could
Your
play
fault.
them if I had a set.
well, we'll have to get you some drums then. But I think first we should get back to the inn and get some sleep. Maybe we'll find. And he kind of looks around. I said there, since he's not here with us.
Maybe he just got drunk and passed out in the lobby.
Yeah, or
It's
fell
like-
down.
It's likely he, those two kids in here, pickpocketing people. They were the last ones to see him before he left. They didn't think much of it.
Well, I don't think we should either. I think even though he's missing a leg, I get around fine. So maybe he's just getting used to his new abilities.
That makes
Or
sense.
lack thereof.
Watch yourself, mate. There's a lot we can do without a leg.
Yeah.
And he grabs his crutch and begins to kind of like take himself out of the bar. Metal follows, and you all go to the Rain Roof Inn, where you decide to sleep for the night. Was there anything else you were trying to do before you tuck in?
As we walk out, I just want to look over by the loo, see if there was any sign of Isid.
Are you just like looking,
Yeah,
or are you
just gonna take a quick glance. I'm not gonna investigate.
okay? Then just roll perception.
When you say loo, do you mean just
The John.
the alleyway that
Yeah,
people
where everybody
pee?
was pissing in.
There's like a couple like holes and like those little like poles that come out with holes around them.
Okay.
Fours. Yeah,
That's a 21.
that's a 21. You're looking over there, and there's really just not much. You see a residue of liquid. You assume
Sure.
someone has relieved themselves, but there's no way you could tell who.
Right. Okay. Just seeing if his passed out corpse or passed out body was laying there in the piss and
Half
shit
corpse.
as he was drunk, but I suppose not.
Oh, jeez. Anything else? Okay, we'll leave it at that. As you guys make your way to the Rain Roof Inn, two different receptionists are there. They let you in, you show them your key, and you guys enter your large four-person room. There's two beds in there. very large hay beds with just like a soft cover over them, a couple of pillows. There's a couple of bookshelves with different sorts of literature on them, a lot of it referencing like different kinds of magic or specifically the Othian church. Just some light reading as you guys tuck in for the night. The rest of the Broken Blades bid you adieu, and we'll take it to morning.
Jump, flop on the bed. We're having a sleepover.
And you, like, the door is about to close and immediately stop. And Uwasa looks in and like looks at you very inquisitively as you say that, and just nods her head and like kind of points at.
Uren is currently building a blanket fort.
I'm like, do you want to have a sleepover too?
And she smiles and nods.
Come in. I'll braid your hair.
And she's just beaming as she steps in. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
God, I gotta be better this time. Last time was garbage. Fucking garbage. 5.
Get those bad rolls out the way. So you're trying to braid her hair, but it's so like unruly and unkempt and very thick. Like every once in a while you'll find like twigs and leaves and like flowers in there. And the whole time you're just kind of distracted. You're like, this girl smells like cinnamon, like berries. Like she smells like a fruit salad. And you're just kind of like having fun with her. And you get some like loose pigtails going with like her hair flying out all the sides and under the pigtails. And there's a mirror in the room and you show her and she's just happy to have anything done. And she kind of like shakes your hand just very acceptingly. And then she jumps on the bed and she doesn't take up much space. She's a small girl and just kind of like lays there and sighs in relief. And you guys have a little sleepover. Was there anything you guys wanted to do or talk to Owasa about before you guys went to bed?
Yeah. Owasa,
She's
why do you not talk?
And where she was smiling, she completely stops.
Oh.
And takes on kind of a very melancholic look. And she looks around and looks at you. And she kind of draws her finger across her neck. And you see in the middle of her throat is what looks to be a scar. Something that looks like a pink vine that flowers out on both ends. And as she draws that finger across her neck, she just shakes her head.
You cannot.
She shakes her head again and looks down.
Can I touch it?
Roll persuasion.
Ugasa is she a human, an elf?
She's an elf. She's most obviously a green elf.
19.
19. She thinks about it for a second and just kind of like lifts her head up and allows you to approach her.
Okay. I'll just slide my finger down it.
And as you slide down, you feel a slight like whelp as you go down, but nothing egregious. And as you get a closer look, it almost looks expertly placed, almost like a tattoo. And like while you get in, you notice that she smells of like fruits and cinnamon, all kinds of different sorts of nature. And it leaves you with a feeling of longing almost. Like she's doing her best to convey to you how it feels, not having her voice.
Yeah. It's really terrible. I can't imagine what my life would be like without my voice.
She shrugs.
Do you want to fix it?
She looks off to a nearby window, shrugs again, and then looks at you and nods slightly.
How did it happen? When? A long time ago?
And she just grabs her head and like shakes her head furiously and crosses her arms a couple of times in front of her body as if to say that's too much.
You're right. I'm sorry. I will leave you to your own for the night.
She gives you a soft smile, shrugs again, and a little nod, a little bow as if to say thank you.
Does she look young?
Roll nature.
Man, I'm just fucking rolling everything. Only a 9.
Great rolls tonight.
You haven't dealt with too many full elves, let alone green elves. I mean, you see them all over Weisgard, but they're not like your friends or anything. The only elf you remember was, I believe, Jericho, and he was well over 100, and he was still looking as old as you.
Right.
So it's hard to tell with Uwasa, but you can definitely discern that she looks younger.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Uren has definitely dealt with full elves. Can he tell like how old she is roughly?
I'll give you a roll as well.
Nature, you said?
Yes. Just because I think you spent most of your time with silver elves, not with green
That's
elves.
true. Ooh, that's a good roll.
That is a good roll.
Nature 19.
19. Okay. You'd guess that she has to be under 100. Somewhere between 0 and 80 tops.
0. Just
Okay.
born.
Just born. No, she's more like, you'd guess, I'd say the youngest you would think is maybe 45.
Okay.
Okay.
I like pull the little poncho kind of to the side, and there's like the edge of this really nasty scar that's like coming up kind of between my chest, and I go,
It's okay. I have a lot of them too.
And she raises her hand and kind of like wiggles her fingers and points to you, points at your scar specifically.
Bad loss.
And she nods in like recognition. An exasperated breath escapes, and she kind of puts her hand back down. And she points at you and points at herself and like brings her hands together, lacing all of her fingers. Kind of shakes that very firmly.
Friends?
She nods, but in like a positive way. She shrugs in like a positive way. Like she's willing to be friends with you, and she kind of smiles.
Okay. Friends.
And she jumps back on the bed, and she elicits a very strong snoring sound, just like she's ready to go to bed, and leaves you all to your devices. Was there anything you guys wanted to talk about with each other?
Did those kids say anything about the wizards?
They said they seem to be in a great hurry to get out of town. I imagine now that Arad's finest are here.
Yeah.
Many magic users are thinking twice about staying.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
You seem,
Bad.
you seem
Bad.
familiar
Sorry.
with them. Oh, sorry. You seem familiar with them.
Yeah, I have had a run-in with one of them specifically. He's the Nightbringer. He,
I'm just gonna correct you real quick. He's not one of Arid's finest.
Oh, he's not.
No.
He's just with them.
The feeling you got when that one of the realists was staring at you was the same feeling that you got from the Nightbringer.
Gotcha.
Not so much that they are the same, but they seem to have similar values as far as it comes to magic.
Gotcha. Well, not. The Nightbringer is not one, but those folks do not take kindly to arcane users. Quick to lop one's head off. They are.
Yes, perhaps we should keep our spells a little more closely guarded while in town.
You do what you will. I give zero fucks about them. I will flaunt my magic. I'll wear it on my skin. You know.
Fair enough. And
But for the sake of the party, I suppose I can turn it down a little.
Your sacrifice is appreciated.
I mean, I'm not particularly worried, but
Well, you're tough. I am not. I'm like a wine glass, you know. You're a strong mug. You can get tipped down on the ground, and you're not going to shatter into 1,000 pieces like me.
And Kane, you hear a voice that's been absent for a few days return. You have quite a way with words, little bard.
I just get like chills. Oh,
Are
the
you
silver
cold?
tongue. No, not cold. Just a weird feeling. And
What?
I'll move over to the window and just.
Wait, what glass am I?
What kind of glass are you?
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't say you're like a hearty mug. Maybe
No.
you're like a horn of ale.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
You know, very distinguished and unique looking.
I certainly would like to say, you hear in your head, he is my favorite kind of glass. Crystalline.
You are a crystalline horn.
Thank you.
And Kane will just stare out of the window and try and find the moon.
Let's see. How cloudy is it tonight? And you look out to a clear sky with a crescent moon waxing, slowly getting closer to a half moon, resting on the sky and illuminating the city. As you look out, you can see the Iron District, and you can almost hear the water that surrounds its moat-like interface. As the light shines down, you feel like it's illuminating something, a path, wherever that might take you. But you feel the moon draws you strongly. I'd have you roll a charisma check, please.
Sure. Fuck.
Yeah, another roll.
Fuck you.
I know might have been garbage. So.
9.
9. Nothing really makes itself clear to you. You go back to that vision, caught in the water, looking at yourself, looking at the moon, wondering what it all means. And as you look at this, nothing is ever clear, but you know that something about the night sky draws you in. It fills you with stories of people that you've never met and feelings that you've never known. And you think that the dreamer's flame is for some, but the moon is what calls you.
Indeed.
And with that, we're going to end the night. You guys sleep pretty restfully. And in the morning, you guys get a couple of knocks. And Uwasa immediately perks up. You hear Oliver's voice. We're going back to the well. If you guys would like to join us, feel free. But Uwasa, we'd appreciate it if you would join us. And she gets up. Are you guys awake? Did anyone wake up early?
I absolutely did. I'm already doing push-ups.
Go ahead and roll athletics.
Oh, come on. It has to be better than the other times. 12. It's not incredible.
It's a standard workout. If there's any effect that the absinthe had on your body, it's so much that it doesn't want to coordinate itself correctly. You don't really have a hangover, but those types of sugars and aren't really energizing. So, you're kind of dealing with that. And who also kind of taps you on the back and waves. Lets you get back to your push-ups. And she opens the door and she leaves. What is on the itinerary for today?
Uren wants to go shopping. Spend some of that money we got last time.
Just doing some stretches. I'm
nothing very heavy in here. Do one of you want to sit on my back while I do push-ups?
Yes.
How much do you weigh, Uren?
Uren's pretty small, so he's like probably not a whole lot more than 100 pounds.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and roll an athletics check as Uren sits itself upon your back. Nerissa's, she's not lithe, but she's not like huge and muscular, but her back, strong and hardy, provides a solid base for you to sit on. And you just kind of
20.
natural 20. All right, looks good. And like immediately as you sit, you just feel yourself like undulating forcefully as you go up and down.
He almost falls, but uses his tail to balance himself.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Nerissa, you're finally feeling back like in your groove.
my
You just needed
it's
some weight. Body weight's not for you. Okay.
Yeah. Uren just silently on the back.
And like you feel like the soft chirping of Conira as they like kind of peek their eyes, like they're in the demiplane?
They're in the demiplane.
Okay. And you can just kind of feel their emotions, like almost as if they're having fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Where did you say that your scales were on her? Like, I know that there's some like on her arms, legs, and around her face. Are they
Like
on her back?
top of the face, like around the sides of the neck down, like a little bit on the top of the shoulder blades, and then there's some kind of like around the hips, like on the back.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of scale patches kind of here and there.
Okay. Yeah, imagine that's something he'd notice just balancing on your back. Awesome.
Okay. Off to the markets then, to the
Uren's
furnace
one-
exchange.
Uren's wondering if he should start working out.
Roll perception. Whoever is kind of like leading this charge. You guys know where the furnace exchange is, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, that's not bad. Perception, you said?
Yes.
17.
17. As you're looking around, just going through the city, you see a conspicuous amount of red wizards. Every once in a while, you're passing by, and one of them will pass you in robes, and they do their best to keep a wide breath from any other just passersby. At this point, you would say you're meeting like the city square near the main road, and you've seen 3 or 4.
Around there-ish.
Yeah,
on the map.
probably around here.
Okay. Are they doing anything of note? Are they like obviously like purchasing things, or are they just kind of around?
When you see them passing by, they are just kind of keeping tabs on everything. It looks like they're looking, and like it looks like they're taking mental notes of the city.
Okay. Uren takes a mental note of that.
And you make it to the furnace exchange, which is like this huge open stall market, just kind of to the, we'll call that to the east of the well, taking a huge portion of the city where a bunch of travelers have their carriages set up. They're all just kind of like harking their wares, yelling, trying to tell people they have deals. Oh, hey, we have magical items. Oh, hey, we have potions. Oh, do you need, just some standard armaments? We got you. Just people yelling and trying to get others to come in.
Okay.
You said we're in the furnace?
Yes, the furnace exchange.
What's so that guy who had magic items? I'm just gonna kind of window shop around there, see what he has.
Are you looking? So as you look, you see there are a lot of magic item stalls.
Okay.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
No. Though, I suppose more to the point, I was looking to buy some armor.
Some armor. You do see an armorer. That kind of, it looks like they have a few sets of armor on display. What you see is like some half plate, some leather armor. You see a couple of shields just hanging out. And he kind of notices you and he sees you looking. A half orc man, tall, kind of lithe, large tusk going up almost past his eyes, and a thin ponytail going down his back. Well, I see you looking.
Yes. I was looking to better outfit myself to go back into the Badlands. You wouldn't happen to have a set of studded leather, would you?
I sent a studded leather. And he, like, picks up a dagger, like, out of his holsters that are lining his pants and just kind of spins it around and starts pointing at his armor. This leather, the best I can do. That being said, it's exceptional.
And okay, so he pointed to like a just normal leather.
Yeah, standard leather. It's kind of grayish in tinge, and it looks expertly crafted. And you see like what look to be runes going down, like the stitching. It's a very well done piece of armor.
Would I know what kind of runes those are?
Go ahead and roll religion.
Religion. 5.
No.
Okay. When you say it's exceptional, aside from the make, it is obviously a fine quality, but does it have any practical exceptionality to it?
They say, well, this armor may have been blessed by Althea herself. Now, I'm not the religious sort, as he like starts twirling his dagger around, and then he draws it kind of along his chest. But this, a dagger, couldn't stand a chance against this. I believe it would protect you out there on the field a little better than normal leather armor.
So would it be like a +1 other armor? Is that what I'm picking up from
The
this?
I am a child of God armor gives you.
I think that'd be safe to assume.
Okay. Interesting.
So, you want to buy it? Yeah.
I'm definitely thinking about it.
Mm.
How much would that cost?
That would cost you 510 gold pieces.
Ooh, that's
Fuck, man.
that's more than I have
What's
on me at the moment.
Are you sure?
I'm quite sure, I'm afraid.
And
However,
he leans in close. How much do you have?
could I get it off of you for 50 gold?
He does the exact same thing. He just kind of like smirks. 50 gold, I'm sorry, I'd be taking quite a loss.
I did not think so. However, could I grab one of your shields? I feel like that would do me well.
You want one of these shields? And he looks around. I think you'd be better off shopping in the city. Not to judge, and he raises his hands up. But everything I do here costs a pretty penny.
He really said too poor to shop here.
Yep.
Them shields there, about half the price of the armor.
I see. Well, I'll definitely keep you in mind for future shopping.
If you ever see me back here,
Yes, indeed. What's your name?
they call me Unaga.
Naga.
Yes. There's an H in there at the beginning, but it's silent.
What about rings, Unaga?
Rings. Do it look like I got rings?
I don't know.
Only rings I got that the kind that go around your arm. Part of the armor. Armband.
Right. I get you.
Look, you might be better off. See, I work in full clothing.
Right.
Maybe.
I'm not a fan, as you can see.
Much more mobility with less clothing.
Right.
And he looks and he takes his dagger, spins it around, and points at the leather armor again. Maybe you have more money than your friend. But I tell you, you'd be quite mobile in this.
Well, do you allow try-ons?
Roll persuasion.
Can I try it on first, please?
As he's doing that, I do remark to Nursa, oh, you still have a bounty that you need to pick up for
I do.
having
yes.
slain Simbo.
17.
17. Let's see. You want to try it on. I know it look good. I bet it look good on you. Go ahead, try it on.
Okay. I'll put it on. I'll take
Okay.
some time.
It takes you like
Slow.
5 minutes or so to just kind of get yourself all sauntered in, and like as you put it on and start to kind of close in the straps, you feel it sort of like it's fitting pretty well. It almost fits better than like your standard harnesses and belts. And you look at it against your like purple trench coat, and the offset between the purple and the gray is quite charming.
Now, what would you say, you know, if I were to sport this for you, maybe bring you some business, I give you a down payment, I sport your armor, tell everybody who I got it from. Win-win for both of us, mate.
We do intend to be repeat customers.
I'll let you roll with advantage because you have proficiency in persuasion. Yep. That's fine. Roll persuasion.
With advantage?
Yes, sir. I'll let you have it.
That's pretty good. $22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Awesome. Well, you do look mighty fine in that there letter. And let me tell ya. You say a down payment of, we'll say 150 gold. And I let you at the door for 300. But I'm only here for 3 more days.
Oof.
Unless you want to come with me back to the Ice Horn.
The Ice Horn.
Yes. Where I come from, they call it Kilele Bafu. See, I come from the cold north, where most of the orcs stay.
Oh,
So I'm just here traveling, doing business.
gotcha. Well, this armor is rather dashing.
I can tell.
Unfortunately, I do not have the funds.
Between the 3 of you.
Wow.
I could spot you, but you would owe me a lot.
I'm afraid I still have to make some of my own purchases today.
Right. Well, I will unclasp the armor.
What a shame. You look so good in it, too.
Yeah.
I bet that would have been some good shit out there. Someone is scared of battle as you. Probably feel pretty protected in there. It's okay. If I see your face again, maybe I still have it.
Maybe.
Again, I'm here for 3 days.
Right. Perhaps I'll see you again.
Perhaps indeed. You will have a wonderful morning.
And
he goes on and starts harking. Do you?
No.
Are there any? You said there were other armors. Is there any just like mundane armor that I can find?
Mundane armor. You would find. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely just a guy who has a kind of a very humble shop set up. A couple of like shields, some leather armor, just kind of some basic things there.
Okay. Does he have a studded leather?
Let's see. He does. It's actually one of the armors that's on display.
Excellent. I'd like to buy his studded armor and a shield.
And it's a sort of gruffer man. He has a long beard, dark in color, speckled with gray. His hair's slicked back, and he looks at you under pointed lenses, kind of hunched over. He looks, well, for that, I think you're looking between the 2 of them. I can let you out the door for 60 gold.
Could I talk you down to 55?
55. I've been sitting on this for a while. That's not too much less.
Excellent. I'll take it.
And then you can take these. And he starts getting them unhooked. Do you need any brandishing, customization? Do you need me to fit this for you?
Perhaps just as long as it fits me well and does and keeps me alive. That's all I really need.
I understand that. That's why I sell the armor. And you give him the gold, and he kind of gets it down, just puts it all well put together, like folds it, doesn't like put it in a bag or anything, gives it to you. And he kind of looks up and down. Are you already wearing armor?
I have just leather.
Just leather? Let's say we make a trade here. Maybe I can save you a little more money.
Oh, okay. All right. How much?
You just taking your clothes off like in the middle.
Yeah, I like. Yes. How much? What do you think we could?
Let's see. I can repurpose that leather pretty easily. Leather by itself usually goes for 10 gold, so how about I take another 5 off?
7.
Roll persuasion.
Alright. I rolled the 7, funnily enough. That's plus 5, 12.
Look, I already gave you a discount.
That's fair. That's fair. And I'll trade. Yeah, so 5 will be good.
Okay, awesome. So you walked away with a leather armor and a shield for 50 gold.
Studded leather.
Studded leather, excuse me.
I want to look for a new cloak. It doesn't have to be like magic or anything. I just want something that's not like nasty and dirty. If there's anything brightly colored, she would probably go for that. Maybe a new mask if they have anything, and then caltrops if those exist.
I'm gonna make you roll investigation for the mask.
Awesome. So good at that, so I'm sure. Yeah, 8.
8.
8.
You're having trouble finding the mask. It doesn't seem to be a specialty. At least no one here is presenting masks right now. But you do find a lady who seems to be kind of a seamstress. She has a couple of cloaks, and the main thing she has on display is this ornate orange cloak that comes with like golden filigree around the edges. It just looks like vines and flowers and things like that. Just an older woman, gray hair tied up into a bun, eyes low, looks at you kind of hunched over too. Is this something that you want?
I'm looking for something brightly colored and not dirty.
And she gestures towards the orange cloak. I have a few more in the back, but they're all not as pretty.
How much?
Yes, I could let go for 10 gold.
Okay.
Well, and she kind of like hobbles on over and starts to take it off the mannequin, and just kind of like folds it nicely and neatly, hands it over to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And she kind of like pats you on the hand.
Put it
And
on.
there's like a little caramel that she tied in with it.
Like a candy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm like, what is this?
And she just like smiles and nods and goes back to work.
What do you have in black?
Plenty. And she goes back and she just pulls out a lot of cloaks. And they all look very similar. There's one that's the exact same make, where the golden filigree is replaced with a silver chain motif just going across the edges. This was made by the same seamstress.
Same price.
Absolutely.
Can this cloak be worn like in front, like a cape? Does it have a hood?
Yes. It has a clasp near the neck.
Sure, I'll take it.
And she folds it up for you. And she looks at you closely and like starts to scrutinize you. Have a rough time, do you, child?
Yeah. I mean, I suppose everybody has a rough time.
Your eyes show it. And she just kind of like pats you on the hand, and you have 2 caramels.
Aw.
You are so sad that the old lady could see it in your eyes.
I like gently pat you on the back.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. 10 gold less.
Anything else you guys are looking for?
No, but I'm going to put my cloak on right now.
Yeah, I definitely cloak on, pull the hood up.
And you guys kind of shift and like,
Uran, I guess, basically just changes clothes in the middle.
there's
the middle
like
of
little partitions of like cloth that you could hide behind if you would like.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you guys are changing and just like going through things, who has the highest passive perception out of you 3?
I have.
Not
Mine is
me.
12.
It's 10, I think.
Mine's 11.
I think this would probably be noticeable to all of you, but you notice that it's Thomas and Rutherford dashing through the furnace exchange, and like you hear a couple people like, "Hey, stop that child!" As they just kind of like run and they just are doing their thing. They're giggling and such, and you hear a voice. Don't look now, but you might want to be on the ready.
What?
And
I will look around for what I need to be ready for, even though it said don't look.
It said don't look, but I'm looking.
and walking into the furnace exchange, the whole mood of this whole area is kind of quiets down as people try to get closer into the shops and look around. But you see 3 of Arid's finest in their black shiny armor pushing down the street and kind of looking real intently at a lot of the shops. And they close in on Hunaga's shop. All right. And they just kind of start giving them a hard time. And you overhear a lot of their conversation. And Hunaga's like, look, I'm just here. I don't live here in Burnwell. These are my wares. And I know they're free to be sold in Burnwell. You can't stop me here. And they sort of kind of look him up and down. And they kind of go around his stall. And just kind of have themselves a conversation.
Those are the men you hate.
Those are the men who hate me. Well, all arcanists. But I don't think too fondly of them either, no.
How many of them are there?
3.
3. Uren gets a little bit closer, but like still at a keeping an eye distance.
Are you trying to like overhear their conversation?
Yes, but like he's trying to kind of keep into the crowd because I imagine this has attracted a lot of attention just from everyone. Just they're harassing a guy and everyone's going to be rubbernecking. Stealth. All right, I'll put my shield away before I do this.
Incredibly stealthy.
That
Sneak and roll.
that is going to be a 6.
A 6. Amongst the crowd, I mean, there's all kinds of people. There's elves, half-orcs, humans. But you are quite an exotic presence. And so it's hard to quiet that down as you kind of like get closer. But you still, and you can't make your way like into the crowds. They kind of like tightened up so they can stay away from all this. But as you get closer, you don't really hear much of anything as the 3 knights step out. And Unaga follows behind them, just kind of looks over his wares and starts to like look around, and he looks at you guys and he spits at the ground. And then at that moment, the 3 knights turn to him, and one of them points very strictly. We'll find him. And if he happens to be in tow with you, he laughs. Oh, you best believe that not be the case. And this one seems to be the leader. Lots of tattoos going over his forehead, like rings spotted with diamonds, and a large scar coming down his right eye that keeps it closed. The other 2 men start to look around and ask some of the other magic shops what's going on with them.
So, okay, so just kind of about Burnwell. So, Unaga said that, like, he was allowed to be selling those there, so I assume that's legal and above board. Like, is that the case?
Are you pulling out your lawyer?
Well,
Actually.
With what you know of Burnwell, Burnwell is the freest of the city. They emancipated themselves from the rule of the church because they felt that the restrictions on magic were harmful and, for lack of a better word, dictatorial. Mm-hmm. So Burnwell is known for being a sort of melting pot for the most dastardly, most arcane, and just the freest of the kingdoms to allow you to do whatever you need to do to get by.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, so I gather that they're maybe overstepping their bounds a little bit here by harassing the shopkeepers and whatnot.
Are there Burnwell guards here?
You don't see any of the hammers nearby.
They must be looking for someone.
Right. I'm wondering if it's the red wizards, but I feel like we have passed so many of them.
They don't seem particularly hard to find.
Right.
You haven't noticed any in the furnace exchange.
I mean, what do we do about this?
I don't know. I don't really like it.
But at the same time, I don't know if we're quite ready to pick a fight with.
What am I gonna do? Get into a sword fight with this guy in the middle of the fucking street?
Yeah, how many of Arid's finest did we see yesterday when we came back into town?
You saw about 10.
About 10. Okay.
Bald men need to stop.
Yeah, fuck bald guys.
Who are standing behind you, just kind of.
It's not the same.
And
There's
one of them
definitely a difference.
steps up towards your little grouping here. This one looks familiar to you, Kane. Eyes wide and wild, neither side of his iris touching the ends of his eyelids. You were the one I saw yesterday.
I'm staying here.
Staying here. And he kind of looks around at his compatriots who are still going in between stalls and questioning other merchants. So, are you from Burnwell?
Nope.
That doesn't bode well for you.
Why is that?
Tell me, where did you hail from?
Couldn't say.
Roll deception.
I don't know.
And he looks over all of you. Do you all hail from the same place?
16.
Yes.
Fuck.
I can't say about my companions, but I'm from out of town.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh, 24.
Pretty good.
Okay, and I'll let you carry off of them.
I'm not trying to deceive.
Yeah. And what brings you here? And he keeps his eyes on Kane, looking you up and down.
Bit of gold. Place to rest. It is a free city.
Just simple folk out looking for work.
What do you know of Arid?
That you're a bunch of self-righteous cunts.
I think a simple not much would have sufficed.
Literally nothing, but
You are lucky. Our search here must be unarmed.
Hmm.
And are they unarmed?
Yes.
Okay.
But rest assured, and he stares at you deep in the eyes, there is much a realist can do without weaponry.
I'm sure there is. Cutting down unguilty folk.
You claim to be innocent, carrying sigils of sin and darkness across your body. And at this point, the two other finest kind of step in, and he kind of pats him on the shoulder. The one with the tattoos and the scar across his eye kind of steps in front and looks all over all of you. Forgive my underling here. We mean no harm, but a search is needed.
A search for what? What are you looking for?
Yes, perhaps we can help.
You are unaware of the happenings in the world. Arid has received a great, great sin upon its face. Pyranus Badon, his son, has been murdered.
By who?
That's who we're trying to find out.
And you have no leads?
Arcanists who snuck their way into the walls of Arid seem to have escaped west Burnwell is a free city that allows arcanists to stay. So, we start here.
Well, we've been pretty busy out adventuring and not in Erid. So, go ahead and check us off your list.
We have alibis.
And he looks you up and down again. You are quite ostentatious with your practice.
Very much.
I may not know your name, but you are quite memorable.
Indeed.
So,
I take pride in that.
you shouldn't. And he smiles. A target that does not hide is all the more easier to shoot.
Fair enough.
Then why don't you go find your target?
We will take our time, and we certainly hope to not run into you outside these walls. Come then, let us depart. And they kind of saunter their way outside of the exchange,
I'll spit.
and they stop, and the scarred and tattooed one turns around. Beware. You might need that hydration. If we ever come for you, be sure not to be wasteful.
No need. Everything will land.
Indeed it will. And they saunter off.
Like, ugh.
What was the reaction of the rest of the crowd, and in particular, the Thay Wizards?
So there's no Thay Wizards in the furnace.
Okay.
At least that you can see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They made themselves scarce.
Yes. As far as the crowd goes, they're just kind of silent. A lot of people are like looking at you guys, just kind of doing their thing. You see a couple of the merchants start to pack up.
They had tattoos too.
He did, yeah. Not the same.
It looks the same to me.
Well, perhaps they were. I don't know what his are for. But, whatever.
Now that you mention it, what are yours for?
They are who I am. I'm not one to be, scared of who I am. Like, I'm born in this world and I am who I am, and I'm not going to be put down or looked down upon for anything that is outside of my control. I'm gifted with the ability to use magic, and I'm going to use it.
You were born with it?
Yeah, I would think so.
Would Uren recognize any of the sigils tattooed onto Kane?
Roll Arcana.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
Yeah, it is.
Plus 2.
Yeah, I know.
In your studies and spending time in Molitushu, you've seen all different kinds of arcane sigils. Some people who like to slather that upon themselves, whether it be through tattoos or the clothes that they wear. But this is, you wouldn't want to say an ancient practice, but something older, something more traditional that hails from the lands of Untitled, which is across the sea on the continent of Vietnam.
Could you say that again?
Untitled. YUNZHI.
Damn.
DIA.
Quite the word.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Ben. Interesting. And where did you get these? I don't imagine there are a great many artisans and tattooists who
No.
know how to are familiar with these sigils.
I've got them, throughout a few years of my life, but I did do most of them in Wiseguard.
Interesting.
Now, would Uren notice that he has the skull one on his chest where it wasn't there before?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think
obvious.
everyone's noticed. It's
Is the one who gave you them in town? And he points to the skull on your chest. I don't remember that when we were in Orin.
That's a great question, mate. I don't know how it got there.
Lots of strange things happening to all of us, I guess.
When we got here, I had a vision, and when I came out of it, this new tattoo was on my chest.
You had a vision.
I did.
I had a dream that a snake ate the sun.
Real quick, is anyone like watching us or
we're like, I'm super
we're like
weird.
we're like in the middle of a
Definitely.
thoroughfare.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I noticed that and was like, yeah, let's talk about this somewhere else.
Right.
And I just kind of usher us to.
I mean,
I look at like the sun. What time do I think it is? Just generally.
Generally, you would say it's nearing somewhere between like 10 and 11.
Erzed has been gone a very long time. Do you think he found someone to be with besides us, or?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, I was kind of admiring the peacefulness.
I mean, yes, it is much more quiet. I can't complain about that.
Where are you guys trying to go while you guys are having this conversation?
Well, I did want to do one thing while we were in the furnace.
Okay.
I want to ask around for Matthias.
Bias.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see. So you can ask around after you guys have this conversation.
Okay.
Okay. And I think maybe after that, could we just head to like the place where I could get my money for the axe? All right, because we could just do that really quick after.
Yeah. I don't even know if you have to turn in the axe. I think it was just the bounty.
Yeah, I mean it's simply there for proof. Whether they take it from you is up to
they don't.
you.
Yeah, they don't really have to take it. I guess. I just need to prove it.
Either way, I'll let you guys finish up before I intrude.
Right. You had a vision of the sun being eaten.
Yes, by snake. And like, everything was, I don't know, gross. There was blood and bones everywhere, and people were being murdered.
Oh, God. It's a lot more gruesome than mine. We know that is the story, right?
Yeah, that the story of the sun being eaten by Dendar is common knowledge.
Right.
Yes.
So you had a vision of Dendar.
The night serpent. I suppose I did.
I mean, I don't know how many suns there are or how often they get eaten by snakes, but I've only heard of it once.
Yes, it does seem it has only happened one time.
One thing you do remember, Narissa, is that it wasn't the sun. It was definitely the Dreamer's Flame.
Oh, okay.
Well, it wasn't the sun. It was definitely the Dreamer's Flame, the sun we have now. It was a different snake, I think.
Well, that seems extremely worse.
I mean, you're having visions. I'm having dreams.
Well, I've been having visions for a long time. And I will say that some of them, in one way or another, come true. So hopefully your dreams do not. Because I'd rather not, go through another dark age.
On top of this one?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, worse. No Dreamer's Flame.
Can I have you all roll perception?
But real quick, just at that, he says, "There's a simple solution. Just dream about wealth and fortune," and he just kind of slaps you on the side of the
Just
arm.
manifest your dreams and everything will be alright.
Perception. That is a dirty 20.
19.
Bad, like 6.
Narissa, Urin, you notice on the outskirts of the furnace, there you keep seeing behind like the stalls and a couple of the homes that line this sort of cul-de-sac like area. You keep seeing dashes of red robes sort of trying to find their way around all these stalls.
They're running away. The wizards.
Yes.
Perhaps we should try and talk to one.
I'm not opposed to that.
My business here can wait.
Yes. Yeah. Should we do that before or after the bounty?
Might as well catch them now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's approach them.
Are
Quickly.
you guys trying to be stealthy? You guys just trying to run up on them?
I'm trying to run up on them.
Okay.
Uren was probably trying to be stealthy, but then
Yeah, we just like beeline for it, try and grab one.
Okay. And you guys kind of like rush between some of these stalls, and you see behind like this home, one is speaking with someone who seems to kind of like run this establishment, whatever it may be. And then two they have a few bags and they're loading them up inside a carriage, and they all look at you. And the one who is speaking starts kind of like twitching his hand around his like waist.
Whoa.
No. What are you doing here?
Would I recognize that as he's about to, like, would that be somatic components? Would that have been?
Roll. You would have to roll Arcana.
Calm down. We just want to ask you questions.
19.
It doesn't look like somatic components of a spell, but it doesn't look like a nervous twitch. Like there's definitely some thought behind it.
And I just kind of hold my hands up.
We just want to talk.
And he looks around, and you see like these two very dark like pinstripes going over his eyes that are golden and sort of glowing in the sunlight under his hood. And he looks at his compatriots and looks at the guy and kind of like tells the person who owns this home or whatever it might be to like go inside.
Okay.
Roll persuasion.
Such persuasion.
26.
26, eh? That's pretty good. And like he sort of puts his hands back inside his robe. Well, what is it that you want?
Well, what are you all doing here, for one? And are the finest looking for you?
Why would the finest be looking for us?
Well, they don't like mages,
Exactly why we are trying to leave.
right?
That's why you're rushing all around.
We have many things we need to do, and we would like not to be interfered with. The finest are an obstacle that we do not need to approach.
You know what happened in Ered, then.
We've heard rumors.
Well,
Okay.
I presume that they think that you would be a likely suspect. Perhaps not you specifically, but the lot.
Would they have good reason to believe you are?
He looks at you. What we do is none of your business. As far as keeping our heads on our shoulders, you stay away, we stay away from you, and we all stay away from the finest. And he looks at all of you. I don't think that anyone would take too kindly to any of your kind, so you must understand.
I feel like we've gotten off on the wrong foot. We're no friends of the finest ourselves.
And
And I don't know, I suppose I'd like to just make a good impression on you. If the enemy of my enemy is my friend, we hope to stay in your good graces, if possible.
what grace do you need from us? How can we help you? If we are to be friends, how can you help us?
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. You appear to be in distress.
We have a timeline.
Of
What?
what?
He looks back, and the other two wizards are kind of storing things away in this carriage and like getting things, like strapping it up and making sure all the bags are tied in there. We have a transport we need to make.
And you possibly need help?
And he raises what would be an eyebrow, but they're completely shaven. Are you saying you would like to help us transport this
Well, where are you going?
far, very north, miles and miles?
The cold.
The cold.
We do not fancy the cold so much ourselves. Our quarry, our destination, is in the moor of dead men.
The Moor of Dead Men?
Indeed.
I was told to go there by Black Soul Pawn.
You were.
She said if we were curious about the happenings and the inner workings, and if I were to find more like myself, that's where to go.
Well, when are you leaving?
We are still waiting for the broker. I believe they will show up in a few days. We are making sure we all have our supplies ready to go once we have had our meeting.
Is there somewhere that we could reconvene at a later time to maybe talk about going with you?
And if you do go with us, what do you expect from us? Payment?
Fucking something.
We'd like to... Us magic users need to stay together, as cliched as the phrase may be. But I don't know, just after the brief little spat we had with Ered's finest a moment ago, we might just be itching to spit in their eye if the opportunity arises.
And at that, he cracks a smile. We don't really want to start any problems, but, well, it would be nice to have some helping hands if things got a little chaotic. So, we will meet in the sewers.
Lovely.
Fucking gross, but okay.
It is safe there. There is any kind of looks around, and he goes back to his cart. And upon returning, he has a small map. He says, near here, you should find an entrance. You wait there 2 days from now, deep in the dark, while the moon is high. And I think we can help you. Or you can help us.
Right. Okay. 2 days.
2 days, and we will not wait for you.
Sure.
Understood.
Understood.
Okay. Great. Well,
So, will you leave us to our business?
Of course.
as you were, men.
Apologies for the delay. And, he just kind of steps back.
And they sort of,
dramatically.
and he just kind of scans you, like eyes crazily, moving like Sasuke with the shotgun gun as he goes back to his little covered wagon.
Okay.
Interesting.
Weird fellows.
For sure.
Okay then. Shall we turn in your axe?
I would like to.
Well,
If nothing else, it's heavy.
And so we're gonna wait to look on Matthias.
fuck it. Let me run back over to
You don't have to do it now.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna get sidetracked on something else.
I'll
Already-
forget because
I'm
something
already
else will
here.
happen, and then something
Okay.
else will happen.
Do we all need to be there? Like,
No, I suppose not.
Just
if
wait.
you want to meet up with me,
I'm
if you
not
guys want to
opposed.
go, I don't mind.
I was going to go with Narissa to see if there are any advertised bounties to keep an eye
Are
out
we
for.
splitting the party?
Sure are.
Yikes. Okay.
Okay, awesome.
I'll be fine.
Famous last word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And with those famous last words, as you two part one to the furnace exchange and one deeper near the Iron District to go collect a bounty, we will take ourselves a break, and we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. right. Thanks for waiting for us. I hope you guys got, some time to do whatever you needed to do during the break. Go to the bathroom, get some rest before we get back into some more, mystery, intrigue, and hijinks with our players over here. First off, I just want to say thanks to Ember Aces Guild for rating us, really driving up our viewers and just, getting people interested in our little process here. It's been a lot of fun, us being views from the dungeon. There's 6 of us here in total. I'm Aaron F. Raphael Amin. We have Riley Holst. Ryan Brown goes by @RyanBrownComicArt on Instagram and Twitter, @Ohio Hex on all her socials. And then we have @Mowgli_IQ, who is absent today. And we all miss him dearly. And then we have Stone and Hat. He streams himself and runs all of our technical support from behind the scenes. Such a wonderful, lovely guy. And we're just on Twitch doing what we think is fun, and that's playing D&D. And if you guys think that's fun too and love tuning in, we'd love your continued support. Simply share us, talk to us, hang out. We're going to be opening up our Discord soon so we can interact with you guys as people and not just performers, but really we're just trying to have a good time and hopefully make something of ourselves by voice acting and having fun here. And I want to move forward. Before we get started, I want to do a couple of shouts out. We had a lot of people on stream today, and it's been so lovely to see you all. We got Oaks 2, we got Olivia JD, what's up? Celeste 95, Cheeky Monster, Commander Root, always coming back, it's good to see you. Darth Arab is 20, Doshabsa, that's a hard one to say. Gaunt Duo, is that an Elden Ring reference? I kind of hope it is. If not, that's still a cool name. Go with him. Hop Keto Guy 55, what's going on, man? Hopefully we throw some hands here soon. Inked Chief, Jigsaw Male, Julius Sphil, I love Sphil, one of my favorite Pokemon. Returning is Kaylin Smith. Also, big shouts out to Kaylin Smith. She did our overlay. She's just a wonderful person and a very talented person. So if you need any graphic design work for her, go ahead and reach out to her because she's great at it. Kogan 101, Lana Ray, Lisa Lee, Madam Stone, what's up? Mad Lax 1997, what's up? Macracosaur, what's up, my guy, my favorite dinosaur. MHO Peace, what's going on? Hopefully that's been peaceful enough for you. Things are going to get crazy. We got O Cook I3, Operator 37, Victrali, Von Wolfenberg 22. We love marbles. You guys are just great. We got Operator off the Norwalis and HFL 007. You guys are wonderful. So now that that's all been done, let's go ahead and get back into the swing of things. Why don't we?
Splitting up. Split
Yes.
up more. All of us should just
Oh, I love when the party splits up.
keep
It's
splitting
great.
up.
Okay, so because we have a group of 2 and a group of 1, our group of 2, Narissa and Urin are going to be evens. Our group of 1, Kane, is going to be odds. Let's go ahead and just roll this little D4 here. What is that we see? You guys see that?
I can't actually tell from here.
I can't.
Is it a 3?
It is a 3.
Okay.
It is a 3. I thought we had that camera up, but it's all fine. Okay. Kane, you make your way back into the exchange, and you're looking for someone named Melitus. Go ahead and just, Matthias.
Matthias.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Sure.
With advantage because you have a name.
Okay. Wow. It's a 9.
It's a 9. Okay, so you're kind of just going around asking different stalls, just like, hey, where's Matthias? And after a while, they point you to a stall that's just kind of empty. And you just see kind of just normal things here, some rations, you see a shield, a couple of armors, a couple of swords. It's like kind of just a menagerie of things, but no one's there. You wait a while, and after some time, a man comes up to you, tall and sort of gaunt, and they're wearing a very large, wide brim hat that is the sun shines right over, casting a shadow over their face. You look, and they're wearing dark leathers and dark leather pants that sort of sift about, and as they step It's almost as if every time they hit the ground, dirt flies up, and they walk close towards you. So, are you here for Matthias?
I am.
Well, what a funny thing here. So am I.
You're here for Matthias.
I trade with him quite often.
Well, where is he?
Beats me. I don't keep an eye on him. But I'm sure if we take some time here, he'll show up.
Sure.
So, who are you? And he looks you down, up and down. There's quite a story all over your body.
There is. The name's Kane.
Kane, are you from Judea?
No.
Strange. I usually only see these kind of tattoos with the gold elves. And only so many of the gold elves, and that is not something you are you?
Nope.
Well, around these parts, I'm known as the broker.
The broker.
That's what they call me. I can get you anything that you're looking for.
Mm.
You just have to give me some time.
You work with Val?
Wow. I work with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Val is, who are they? What do they look like?
What does Val look like?
I mean, I may have run into a lot of Vals, to be totally honest.
Sure. Tiefling. White skin. Silver hair.
And they stroke their chin. And as they do that, you kind of hear like some squawking coming from the distance. And 4 little black creatures come up with their arms covered in black feathers and their heads with black beaks jutting out of small hoods. And they're all wearing like cloaks that jingle and jangle with the sound of coins and glass and metal as they rush up and kind of surround the broker. And he looks at them and he starts to kind of squawk as well and just kind of makes a couple of noises at him. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, tragedy.
Right.
Okay. Interesting. How do you know that?" Well, that's none of my business.
Well, I used to run with her.
Oh, now it is my business.
Yeah.
I work with her kind of closely. She brings in good wares.
That she does.
So, maybe we can set ourselves up with some sort of working relationship. And as he says that, a man sort of like rushes in between you two. "Now hold on, mate. Looky here. I ain't mean to forget about you. I'm just here. I'm taking care of my things. Now, yeah, the broker, come." And he like starts ushering him, and he's like, "Matthias, it's fine. We weren't waiting for that long." And behind the bar, rushing behind the stall, is a lowly sort of. When I say lowly, I mean definitely low to the ground. Hair crazy, just wild knots out in the air. Sort of like a grayish copper color as it starts to flicker in the light, with goggles on his head and wrapped in all kinds of robes and leathers, kind of digging through his stuff. "Yeah, I got this for you." And he holds out just a wand. And from the tip of the wand, it starts off as just like a basic wood, and going down in sort of like an ombre, it becomes sort of like a rainbow that ends in the base where it's just purely black. And the broker grabs it, looks at it, twirls it between his fingers, and just kind of like bites the tip. He looks at you, looks at Matthias. "This is good work." "Yeah, I know it is. Always get real good stuff, okay? You know I do." "Matthias, you always do good work." "Well," and he gives him a little bag. "Now I have to go get this to its rightful owner. Kane." With a past filled with tragedy, hopefully I'll see you again.
Jesus.
Come on, my little birds. And they all kind of walk off.
Okay. Okay. Broker. Interesting character. Matthias,
Yeah.
I was told by Val to come and find you.
Well, what you want to find me for?
I don't know, perhaps you have work.
Work? What kind of work? What you looking for?
Well, you seem to be good with items.
I'm good with a lot of things, mate.
He sounds like he's far away. And he's
He's on the ground. He's short.
Well, what's something that's piqued your interest as of late?
Well, lots of things pique my interest, mate.
God damn you.
I'm a very interesting fellow. So is Val.
Both are true statements.
Strange, you must know her quite well.
I do.
I'm calling her by her real name.
Yeah.
She don't like that much anymore.
Well, I'm not going to call it tragedy.
It's a little rude, don't you think? Anyway, we're talking business. So,
Yeah, please.
you're trying to get some gold? You're trying to get some items? What can I have? And like he starts just kind of looking around and polishing like shields and just the various wares that are just in his stall.
Mm-hmm. What is Val casing presently?
That's information. And he like, grabs the bag of what seems to be coin and kind of jingles it as he puts it under the stall. It doesn't get out for free.
Okay. Well, I'll take out my coin purse. And how much does it cost?
With the job she's on now, you got 100 gold on you.
Well, perhaps I will after this job is complete.
Well, I can get you a different job. I'll make you a little buck.
Okay, sure.
Just you.
I'm the only one here.
We got a job. If you can get into the Iron District, there's well, let me see. What was the name of that shop there? I think it's Salt and Scrolls. We've been trying to, well, let's just say there's a debt that needs to be paid.
They owe you money.
They owe someone money. I just facilitate.
Middleman.
That's what they call me. Middleman Matthias.
Great. Middleman Matthias.
I like the alliteration. It makes me sound important.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does.
I am.
I know. I know you are.
Of course you know. You came here looking for information.
Yep.
You were referred to me. That's what happens when you're important. You get referrals.
That's right.
I ain't never heard of you before. Not
Well.
important.
not important.
Anyway,
Cool. Right. This guy is a fucker. Matthias. You said it was called Salt and Scrolls?
Salt and Scrolls.
Salt and Scrolls. What do you want me to get from there?
There's a woman there. Her name's Tessa. She owes someone a little bit of a debt. I can't tell you how much, but I can tell you that well, if you get her to pay, we can pay you.
Whoa. I'm not the most threatening figure here.
Just walk in. I am a debt collector.
Well, there's lots of ways to get people to pay.
Sure.
You could persuade them. You
Yeah.
can rough them up a little bit.
Right.
Or sometimes you can just take something of value.
Right. Which is what I'm asking. Do you have any information on something she has that is worth what she owes?
Oh, so you're that kind of worker, hey? All right then.
Well, I'm not usually the hands.
Well, it seems like you're gonna be in a couple of nights here.
Yes.
Now, when can we expect you to get the job done? How soon can you get into the Iron District?
Is it hard to get into the Iron District?
Usually you need a writ of some sort, a good reason.
Is the Iron District where the king is?
course, it's where the king is. That's where Rockbrook Castle lies.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that even if I can't just waltz right through, that I can find my way in.
Impressive. Well, let's see. If you can do a small job for me, come back with, there's a couple of merchants here. If you can get one of their wares, I might be able to get you a writ.
Now you want me to
I just need you to prove your skills.
Okay.
If you want to do it without a writ, that's entirely up to you.
Sure. What do I have to take from one of these merchants to get the writ?
Anything.
Anything. From anybody here.
I mean, and he kind of points at the stalls. This is a big trade market for magical items. You find me something that's magical, well, maybe I can sell it again.
Okay.
That being said, that's about the gist of it. So, you can either do that, or you can just run in and let me tell you what we want you to take. Well, you see the one that just gave the broker there.
Yeah.
We call that, it's just a trade. Well, Salt and Scrolls owes us a tradable one. Black. Like pure pitch.
Mm.
You find me that one, you bring it back. Maybe, I get you paid.
Okay. How much are we talking?
But that one, I'll pay you its worth. I'll pay you 200 gold.
You're telling me this wand is only worth 200 gold?
Well, the wand itself, yes.
Alright,
What it can do, maybe a little bit more.
sure.
And her debt, well, even more.
And then,
You
after
get,
you pay me, you put in a word to get me in on Val's job.
I can get you conference with Val, maybe. But I don't get to, I'm not the one who decides the jobs.
Alright. You're wearing my patience rather thin.
You came to me.
Yeah, I expected this conversation to go differently.
Well, what did you expect?
I don't know.
Well, maybe you should come with more clear expectations next time.
This is what I'm talking about.
Conversation, and the fact that I'm talking to you.
Yeah, okay.
So, we got a deal here.
Sure.
All
Got a
right.
deal.
And he just starts cleaning up. Well, anything else? I'm gonna leave you alone now.
Nope. I'll come back.
Hopefully, I come back with little more clarity.
Fuck you.
Excuse me.
I said achoo. I was thinking about a sneeze I had earlier, and
He was thinking about a sneeze.
yeah, it was really bad.
Roll persuasion. Roll deception. Roll deception. That's ridiculous.
I was thinking about it, not.
It really
It was
hurts.
a good sneeze. I just want to relive it real
Yeah.
quick. Oh, good stuff.
That's funny. That's so good.
24.
Must have been a good sneeze.
Yeah, it was good. Like, the after effect was nice, but the initial blast really hurt my nose, and so.
Oh, it was a painful sneeze. It wasn't like a relieving sneeze. 'Cause sometimes I have a sneeze that,
Right,
you know,
but it was relieving after. Just the initial, punch of it was. Anyways,
yeah.
I'll be back.
I'd rather not spend all day talking about sneezes.
Yeah, no,
Ah, chew. Consume tight. We'll
Yeah.
see you later.
I chew.
That guy said, "Bless you, thank you."
And he just kind of like eyes you up and down. Yeah, you came to the right place. You have a good day.
Okay.
And we're going to mosey on over to Uren and Narissa. Can you guys make an investigation check? Actually, no. So you guys kind of go up to where you saw the refugees go, and where you saw Arid going to this main bridge that sort of goes up these large walls that are cascading waterfalls down into sort of like a ravine and a moat that surrounds what you would presume is the Iron District. Two of the hammers clad in their red brick armor kind of put some spears in front of you. Oh, what business you have here? You have a read?
We're trying to get to the... What is it called again?
We're here to collect a bounty.
A bounty? On what?
And he just gestures dramatically towards her. It's the Will Smith gesture.
She just pulls out the axe, kind of sets it at her feet.
For Sinbo.
That's his ex.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if you don't mind, you don't have a writ, but you certainly have reason to be here. Allow us to escort you to the constabulary. We'll take you to the Hamper's Keep, and we can get this sorted out for you.
Okay. Lead on.
And so they lead you up this bridge. And like as you go up the bridge, there's more and more hammers who are just kind of like watching and bruising about. And the two that are escorting you just kind of wave you guys by. At the top of this bridge is a very large door made out of bronze and iron and brick with like gates surrounding it that basically become a fortress surrounding the Iron District. And you walk in and everything here is much nicer. The smell of the sea is clean and uninhibited by smoke, and all of the homes are well established, and the architecture there looks as if it was all planned out instead of the haphazard rounds of the smelting. As you walk a little bit further, you see what looks to be a cemetery and a church, where a couple of just passersby are going in and out, people clothed in white robes, similar to the Messengers of Tuhono, but not the same. And they lead you past that church deeper into the city, where on the corner sits a large brick building lined with like gunmetal iron, tracing a door. And above the door, it simply says Hammer's Keep on a wooden sign that kind of flails about in the wind. And as you walk inside, you see just a couple of hammers here, just kind of going about their day, doing their thing, and a woman who is at the basically what you consider the receptionist table, taking lots of notes, asking lots of questions, and getting things done. And the two guards that were with you, wait here, we'll have someone out in a jiff.
So since we've been in the Iron District, have we seen any of the Thay Wizards or Arad's Finest?
Let's see. With your passive perception, I am not entirely sure you would have seen either, especially since you're near like the entrance of the Iron District.
We didn't go very far in.
No,
Gotcha.
no,
Just in the walk, just nothing really.
not in the Iron District. No.
Okay.
I think you may have seen a couple of things on your way to the main road in the smelting, but in the Iron District, no, just to be clear. And you guys wait a minute, and as you are waiting, you hear the woman who's at the table sort of talking about situations that have been going on in the city. You keep hearing the words like bloodthirsty and death and bodies found in the alleyways, things like that, as she takes notes. And she turns around and begins to walk out, and she sees you two. Huh. You all must be new around here, yes?
Yes, not from here.
Interesting. I'm doing a couple of interviews here. There's been a lot of happenings here as of late, not so much in the Iron District, but in the smelting. How long have you been in Burnwell? You're in Hammer's Keep itself. I assume you have some business here. Did someone go missing? And she pulls out her notepad. And standing in front of you, is a taller woman, olive skin, dark hair with tips of like red strips going through it, tied into a tight long ponytail, braided down her back. Everything about her is prim and proper, like every single crease in her clothes, a collar, the pauldrons that are just softly on her shoulders, bracing down in tassels. Everything is meant to be there and in its place, and she stands at attention while she asks you these questions.
I kind of lean in.
People are going missing?
Well, apparently this is something that's been going on for a while, yes.
You were correct in your assessment. We've not been here 24 hours at this point.
Really? Oh, well, maybe it's not pertinent to talk to you all. Sorry if I bothered you. If you hear anything, and she just kind of writes down a little, like a message for you and whips out a page of her notebook and gives you, and it says, Lyra Myrcall.
Myrcall?
Myrcall.
What are the nature of these disappearances?
Well, if you are so interested, it's not really a secret. What I must say is they are, well, bloody, to say the least. These aren't necessarily missing suspects, more as deceased.
Oh,
Violently so.
okay. I'll keep an eye out.
Yes, there was a altercation somewhere last night near the alleyways, by the last coin. A body was found and their blood was all over the wall. What's strange about these is that every single murder, or at least the ones that I've inspected personally, there's always an M cut out of the body, as well as one drawn in blood on the walls every single time. And it's strange because it's not just here in Burnwell, but right now is where whatever's happening is most active. So be safe at night. And she starts to kind of like get around you guys to go out the door.
I look at Uren.
That's where we were.
It was. And we haven't seen Erced all day, have we?
You... Hold on. Wait.
And she kind of like turns around.
The body you found last night, what did they look like?
Well, I assume they were transient. Poor man, mottled hair. Well, this one was actually very interesting. There were two bodies. One completely just eviscerated, lying dead on the floor. Just robes, common clothes. Well, not common clothes anymore, more like just random textiles ripped into a mess. The other was a half-elf man. His hair was quite wiry and like orange, like fire.
Oh shit.
That one is, we have him, we escorted him to the infirmary here in the Iron District. He's alive, or at least we think so. Not very responsive at the moment.
May we see him? This may be a friend of ours.
Well, we can go to the infirmary. Do you need me to escort you? I'd be happy to if you happen to know this person and can maybe answer some questions for me.
We do know. If I could just get my gold really quick.
You can head over there.
Yes, we're here to pick up a bounty. But
Interesting. Mercenaries.
Yes.
Well, very forthwith with your stature. I appreciate that. I think we can maybe work closely together. The free sorts tend to be more helpful than people who are ascribed to certain emblems and flags. At least that's what I've found out. Anyway, I'll wait outside while you deal with your bounty.
Of course, thank you.
Of course. And she kind of steps out, her heels clacking against the cobblestone ground. And out comes a couple of guards who step up to you, Narissa. They look at your axe, they look at you. Bounty for Simbo.
Yes.
Are you... And they can we look at this axe? They look at it. And one goes back and like pulls out some sketchings from the rear and just kind of compares them to the axe. These follow us reports. How did you come across this?
I killed him,
Hmm.
and I took it.
Simbo is dead.
Yes. Along with many other Raskavan in that area.
And you killed him.
Yes.
Wow.
Single-handedly, she did.
Roll flat charisma.
Good thing you're doing it.
19.
19.
Nice.
Do you mind if we get some sort of a report? We'd like to know everything that happened so that way we can put this in the books correctly, file it away.
Okay, well, I have to make it quick because our friend is dying. And secondly, there's a lot that I'm going to tell you, and you're just going to have to believe it, okay?
And then kind of look around. Does this have anything to do with the refugees?
Yes, it has everything to do with the refugees.
You have a friend who's dying.
Something happened to him. He was attacked last night.
Well, if you are in a hurry, you can always come back.
Can we come back with everyone in our group? There's another one who is lagging behind. If all of us can give you our...
Statements.
Yes,
is the word you're looking
yes. If we can all do that, then it will be a better statement for all of you.
Well, I mean, the fuller the report, the better that we can file it away. So, yes, that would be absolutely... One moment, and they kind of go to the back. Before we let you go, are you turning this axe in? Is this something we don't...
Do I have to? I just want the money. I don't.
We might be able to pay you a bit more, 50 extra gold if you turn in the axe.
Sure, I don't need it.
All right. They come back with a small pouch of gold with 250 gold pieces, as well as a writ to enter back into the Iron District.
Hell yeah.
Do I get a writ, or was it just her?
It's a group writ.
A group writ. Nice.
Yes.
Should I go get Kane and you can go?
Yes, I'll go.
Okay.
Take a look.
Wait,
Split
before you
up
leave,
again.
what are the names that we're putting on this?
Oh,
So
Kane, Ersid. I don't know these. What do you know their last
Who?
names?
No, they haven't given it. I don't feel. But in
I
any
just don't
case-
think she would remember. So.
In any case, my name is Uran, and this is Nerissa.
Nerissa.
and they check your spellings and they make sure each name is on the writ itself. This will require at least 2 of you at a time on the writ, and be sure they may confiscate this from you at any point in time if they decide that your time in the Iron District has been well spent.
Okay.
Okay. Well, safe travels. We do hope to see you back here. We're very interested in what you all have to say.
Okay.
Man,
So-
you guys leave. And Lyra's just kind of waiting. Well, that took you long enough. Shall we go to the infirmary?
We have another friend.
Is there any way I pull out the writ?
Can I go get him, and we can come back? You and Uren can go in ahead, but
Well, we're taking a lot of time here. Sure, if you'd like to come with me, I can always simply wait for you all here.
I don't know if we'll need all of us present. I can go and see how Erstead is doing, and we can reconvene later.
Okay. Sounds all right with me. Come with me. Uren, was it?
Yes.
Okay. The infirmary, and she just kind of like shows, specifically just points at the church that is across the way. This is where we keep most of our wounded, and it's much easier because if anyone does pass, well, the cemetery is right here.
Very efficient. I like
so
that.
we meet back up here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and Narissa is off to go claim Kane. Urin, Lyra just kind of walks you, just silently, as you guys make it to the church, and you see this church built in a much different stature. The stone that is used here is not brick, but some sort of red carnelian, you might assume, as everything is very soft and well constructed. Near the tip of the church, as it comes to a point in like the steeple, atop is a flame that burns ever so brightly that you can obviously tell is arcane in nature. As you step inside, you see many pillars with visages of wars, of conquest, of success and victories by all kinds of different silhouettes that hold no sense of uniqueness. It's just lots of like almost stickmen, you would say, in these fronts. And as you go, there's like a red carpet that leads you to the center with a shrine that is surrounded by 6 separate statues of silhouettes that are covered in flame. And Lyra stops. Well, welcome to Dreams Keep, the church of the 6 dreamers. And you walk around and you see plenty of acolytes and monks tending to their time. Every once in a while, when one is close and not busy, they bow to you and they smile comfortably. Till finally you see one who's at the shrine, who's kind of giving a small prayer, turns around and she's wearing not exactly a halo, but there's a ring that comes around her back that stops like an upside down crescent. Each side of this ring is covered in gold flames that swirl up. Their robes are layered in white and gold and red in about 4 or 5 different layers, and a huge not pauldrons, but almost like pointed shoulders go up, and they turn around, and in their face is just a veil of gold, shimmering, sort of like a tool, you would say. Well, welcome. This is the home of the dreamers. How can I help you? And Lyra says, one of your wounded, this one, believes that it may be one of their constituents, someone that they've worked with before. And the woman with the golden veil vows, well, Barden, and a monk kind of jumps up, and they just have like olive skin, wearing white robes, bald completely, just a soft, very kind face. Yes? Please, Barden, take them to the infirmary. They think there's someone in there that they might know. And he leads you down a hallway, where at the end of the hallway is just a big wide room full of bedrolls, all sitting on top of like these sort of like raised almost benches. And in there, they kind of mill about, and they turn to you. So, which one are we looking for?
Do I see any red hair amidst?
Yes, you see near the back there is a body whose hair is kind of let out, and just kind of draping over these benches and like bedrolls, and it's just as red as all get out.
Okay, that one over there.
And Lyra pulls out her notebook, and they walk you to them. Please, be quick, Barden says. This one does not seem to be in great health, so they are under a sort of magical slumber to induce their healing. They seem to have quite a rough go at it.
I see. So I'll ask, do you know what happens to them? What brought upon these injuries? And as I say that, I'm kind of looking to try and make my own assessment.
Okay, roll medicine.
All right. 9.
You have no idea.
He looks fucked up.
Yeah, he does. You can see like scratches going across his face, and like he's wrapped up right now in a lot of different like cloths. But as you like pull over the cover that sits over him, which is also covered in blood that's been seeping from his wounds. You see a very large gash kind of expanding from the middle of his abdomen out in all directions. And he's just everywhere. He's covered in like gauze and all kinds of wraps. It looks like we have to replace the wrap soon. As far as what's happened, it seems that he's been, well, survived the evisceration that has been catching some of our, well, less fortunate folks off guard.
Evisceration? There was a woman at the constabulary who mentioned something similar. What's been happening?
And Lyra pulls out her notebook. Well, again, we've been finding bodies hidden in alleyways, just dead, intestines everywhere, with a bloody mess all around, yes. Left as if they were just discarded, like broken toys.
Yes, and there was an M iconography associated with it.
We find it every time. We've seen about, well, I want to say, 4 bodies with it now.
Interesting.
One other thing, they all happen to be men.
Oh, I don't care anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
And no other unifying factors?
No. There's obviously something. Our perpetrator here has a distaste for the male figure of some sort and decides to vilify and vandalize their bodies upon death.
Interesting. Why is Erset alive? What made it stop from killing him?
That is the question we are hoping to get answered. But as you can see, and you look at Erset, and he's just akin to a coma, as you would not be able to wake him up simply by shaking or anything, just honestly out.
Huh.
And Barden speaks up. Again, this is to help his condition. When he awakes, I'm sure there will be all sorts of answers that he can provide you both. But until now, we should best leave him undisturbed.
Indeed. My other friends probably won't be far behind.
And you guys kind of go and talk over that. Kane, you're heading out of the furnace exchange. Was there anything else you were trying to do there?
What kind of magic stalls are there?
Make a perception check.
Sure. Five. No, wait. 9, sorry.
A 9. Okay. You see... you remember who Naga... And the only other places that look obviously magic to you, there's an old dwarfen man, dark skin, large beard, dreads kind of draping down their back, who has a lot of like vials and like beakers and things around them filled with all sorts of various liquids. And there's also, let's see, where are they? A half-elf woman who is tending to what looks to be a setup of various wands.
Fuck. I'll go over to the wands.
Okay.
The lady with the wands.
And she turns around, and it says, the woman is sort of short, and you can see her ears are pointed, but nothing too extreme. Her hair is blonde, and her skin shines with a certain sort of warmness. And you can tell by her golden eyes, without scleras or iris, that they would be half-elf. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, partly just came over to see your pretty face, you know. It's not... I like half-elves. You know, it's always nice to see one.
I'm gonna make you roll charisma with disadvantage.
Oh, fine.
I do always do this.
Simply felt like a lot of nervousness in there.
It was.
I just, and I.
Fuck, that was so good too.
Maybe you roll 2 goods.
Not really. 9.
9. That is sweet. I get that a lot of the time.
I know.
From other half elves, though.
Well, I mean, they come here every once in a while in Burnwell. Everyone seems to appear, disappear.
Yeah, you're right. Tell me about these wands.
Well, I have a few. This one is a wand of lightning bolts. This other is a wand of magic missile. This other one, well, the legend is that is a wand of a war mage. It's supposed to help you harness your magical energy and throw it across the battlefield. But I'm not so sure that legend is true, as she grabs the wand and brings it towards you, as you can see. And the wand sort of splits with expertise as she's sliding a hand, sort of like a magic trick in front of you, as now there are 3 wands. I have a few.
Oh, wow.
You should
Very
steal
cool.
all of them.
Yeah, right.
All 3 of them.
Okay. And what's the cheapest one you sell?
The cheapest one I sell is, well, these 2 wands here. The magic missile.
How much?
100 gold each.
Fucking hell.
Is that, I'm sorry, that's standard market rate for something as trivial as this.
It's fine, really. Okay. Well, I'm a little tight at the moment. I don't think I've got enough to spend on a wand.
That is unfortunate. Please feel free to come back when you have more gold in your pouch.
Sure. And I will turn away.
And they just kind of nod. And you turn and you can kind of see Narissa coming down the edge of the furnace and just kind of looking around.
I want to cast Minor Illusion behind this woman's stall of a voice saying, "It should be pretty easy to steal from this half-elf lady."
Okay. Let's see. Roll. I'm gonna have you roll deception, and you already use charisma, so that should be fine.
Okay. Please be good. 19.
19. And then you just kind of hear her just, "Excuse me, you will steal nothing," and grabs one of the wands and starts stomping behind the stall itself.
So she's not looking anymore?
No, she's running around.
Good. I will snatch one of the wands.
Roll sleight of hand with advantage.
Just knock all of them.
13.
13. Okay. And you rush in, and you see the dwarf is just looking at you, and he yells, "Hey, over there. You better let go of that."
Fuck. I'll drop it.
And he stomps up to you, and he grabs you by the shoulder, and he waits, and you hear this whole commotion,
down,
and you see all of this, and Kane is in the hands of this very stout, very muscular dwarf man.
I will pick the dwarf up.
Okay, this dude's probably 5 feet tall.
That's fine. I'll pick him up from under.
Make an athletics check.
No.
Amazing.
Oh, fuck.
18.
And you go to grab him, and he stomps on the ground. "And what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I need to pick up my friend, and
You don't need to pick me up while you do it. Get your hands off of me."
Hey, everything's fine.
"No, you criminal." And like at this point, the woman comes back and she's, "What commotion is this?" And she's like waving the wand in the air.
Whoa,
I'm like, oh my god, what is happening?
Everything is fine. I heard those rascallions behind your tent, and so I grabbed the wand to help you, and this fellow has called me a criminal. Very offended.
Very offended.
You're gonna need to roll disadvantage. Nah, just deception, no disadvantage.
Okay. Oh.
This is great.
That's really good. 20. Wait. Yeah, 23.
23. And the dwarf is still, his hand's still tied on you. Now, you don't just go about grabbing someone else's wares,
Well,
even if you are trying to help them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you misunderstood what I was trying to do.
I'm sorry you have no decent sense of common courtesy.
I was just trying to help her, mate.
And you can help without grabbing someone's product. And the woman
Maybe.
kind of like steps up. She says, "I understand that you had good intentions, but these are priceless, and some of them do come with limited use."
Excuse my ignorance for not knowing how your wares work, but I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
Well, I do appreciate your concern,
You
but
know-
I would also expect more of an arcanist such as yourself, one that chooses to display it so wildly.
Fair enough.
And the dwarf kind of lets
My
go.
mistake.
Yeah, your mistake. So, you all have a good day, yeah?
Yeah, I hope yours gets better, friend. You seem to be rather upset over nothing, especially something that wasn't your fucking business.
Merchants all run together. We're thick as thieves here. So, you watch yourself.
Thick as thieves. And I'll wink. Better be on my way.
Yeah, better be. And
Fuck.
Just grab you. I'm like,
What, are you trying to steal something? Can you at least do it well?
I was doing well. Fuck. I didn't see him looking at me. I didn't see him. I guess I'm a little out of practice.
You need a distraction.
I was the distraction, and
See.
it worked fine. Just couldn't distract everyone in the area.
Well, bad news.
Bad news.
Ersid was attacked last night.
Oh God.
He's found himself in some infirmary in the Iron District. Luckily, that's where we had to go to turn in Sinbo's axe.
I pull out the writ.
So I got one of these. We're supposed to all return to go in and tell them our story about what happened in Orin.
Perfect. I needed to go there anyway.
To steal more.
No. Well, maybe.
Let's not rule anything out.
Yeah.
And you guys make it to the gate. Narissa shows off the writ, and you guys meet outside of the Dreamer's Keep Church, where Lyra and Uren are standing outside waiting.
Okay, so,
Oh, Kane, how are you? What have you been up to?
you know,
Yes,
you're
please, what have you been up to? I'm not sure if your friend has informed you. My name is Lyra Mirkal. I'm a detective working on this case right now that your friend seems to be a part of.
well, hello, Lyra, you said?
Yes.
Great. Lovely to meet you. I have been perusing wares in the furnace. That's what I've been doing.
Well, I mean more of, do you have any idea of why this happened to your friend or where this happened? Actually, this would be a good time to talk to you all about what.
Yeah, what has happened to him? I heard attacked.
I like fill him in, just bring him up to speed.
Great. Well, never heard of something like that before.
That is unfortunate. Well, with the three of you here, and I believe your friend being on the brink of recovery, I hate to ask this of you, but if you all have the time while you are in Burnwell, do you mind helping me with this investigation? I assure you, we can pay well if we find any sort of progress here. We're not exactly asking for an answer, but if we can get closer to whatever target it is.
So, you want us to run around in the night and possibly be eviscerated?
When she mentioned money, Uren was like, "Of course, yes."
For how
For
much?
money, I will do it.
Well, depending on the efficiency, the efficacy, and severity of the information that you provide, I think will determine your pay. But I believe we can start this at, with your talents, I assume, 100 gold each.
Not bad.
That seems amiable.
Yes, I do like 100 gold.
Well, then are we in agreement?
Do you guys want to run around in the night and possibly be eviscerated?
I mean, I won't be eviscerated, but you can stand behind me.
Well, you did say that
Yes.
whatever it is likes men
Exactly, so I won't be eviscerated.
or dislikes them.
Or
Yes.
loathes them
Yes,
entirely?
we are the prime targets of this creature. Do you think we could get a little extra for essentially putting ourselves out there as bait
Yeah,
at the same
protection.
time as investigating?
If that is how you choose to investigate, that is not necessarily up to me. But since you could easily be targets with or without the investigation, I believe we can make that more 125 for each. Is that reasonable? As a starting amount, depending on the information that you provide, we could get more.
As a start.
I think so, yes.
So do we get that now?
No.
Okay.
But I do. Is there anything you need? Would some money up front allow you to purchase any materials, any equipment that you think could aid you in our investigation?
Well, I'm not really the investigated sort.
Yes, I think that would be prudent.
Then 50 gold each.
Excellent.
Could you get us a map where all of these murders have taken place?
I'll have to go through my notes,
Smart.
but at the end of the day, yes, I will provide you with any and all information that I have.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
And she holds her hands out. Lyra McCall, well, Detective Protector of Elburn, or at least in training. Nice to meet you all. Excited to be working with you.
He shakes her hand, nods.
Sure, I'll do the same.
She extends her hand to you, Narissa.
I'll shake it. I hold like way too firmly.
And she just kind of, she meets that back with like the same energy. You can tell this is a woman who is definitely worth her weight in salt. So where should we'll give you the night to maybe plan something out. I generally stay in the Iron District. Would you prefer that I meet you on the smelting? I'm not sure if I can get continuous writs here. Is there anything that you need done here in the Iron District?
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Is the writ a one-time usage? Pass in, pass out?
That is not of my... I didn't provide that writ.
Well, perhaps you could provide me one.
Maybe if I had more push and pull here with the hammers, but as a hired hand myself, my writ only takes care of me.
Then perhaps it would be best to meet us in the smelter. We can negotiate writs as the investigation continues.
You noted that you were at the last coin. Should we continue to meet there? Is there a better tavern in somewhere? I do find myself in the exchange from time to time.
Where was it that the other Broken Blades guys were hanging out?
They like the well.
I personally think that if we're going to start this, we should go to the most recent slaughterhouse.
Go back to where we were, start there.
Yeah.
And that one was the last coin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then the last coin it is. I'll meet you all nearing nightfall when the moon is high in the sky. And I think we can take movement from there, yeah?
Sure.
All right, awesome. Well, I'm very excited to make some headway on this, and we do appreciate you putting yourself on the front lines of this danger.
I don't.
We look forward to working with you.
Well, I'll be off. I'm more research, more investigation to do. We'll see you later. And she kind of steps off.
How was Ursa looking?
He's seen better days.
Ugh,
He's
I mean,
he was put into a magic coma in order to more efficiently heal his body. They said he wouldn't be out of it for. They did not specify. Oh, a little while longer.
This man's life is going to cost him an arm and a leg.
yes, what will he lose next?
He's halfway towards that arm and leg. Now, what were you up to when you split off from us?
Stealing.
Stealing. What were you? And
Okay.
we're not like around anyone, right?
You guys, I mean, this is the Iron District. You'd say every corner there's like a hammer who is doing his rounds.
Stealing. I whisper it.
Then I say, just in Psionic Mind, just stealing. What were you stealing?
Oh my god. I was trying to steal a wand.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing. Would you like to try again later? I might be able to help.
Maybe.
Excellent. So,
I
You
didn't
both
take you
get
for
thrown at
the
stop in the name
stealing
of the law.
type, Oren.
I have an array of skills and a wider array of interests. Wands, I think, might fall into that purview. But, and then he says just out loud, but in any case, we'd best follow up on this. I don't fancy being eviscerated myself.
Well, you walk in the dark, I follow behind if it jumps on you.
You know, she said that they were all men, and that there was something about, just something visible about that they didn't like. Now, I'm
Beards.
the only,
Maybe.
perhaps, yes. Though, I think I'm just about the only Dragonborn I've seen in Burnwell. So, Cain might be better bait.
Who
he'll
looks
look-
more manly to me?
He looks more like all the previous victims. I just think this is the right call for that.
I mean, they're both, as far as men go, on the slimmer side. I don't want to say effeminate, but they don't necessarily scream masculine to you.
He's not burly. This is Uren just trying to throw Cain under the bus.
Yeah.
As far as you can, at least you can obviously tell that Cain is a man. With Uren, with your understanding of Dragonborn, under the right light might be able to pass either way due to the nature of just being reptilian.
Yes, I think Cain is more obviously a man.
Uren just kind of pauses, just like, yeah, I walked right into that.
You're like,
Well, so what you're saying is you want me to be eviscerated first.
You won't be eviscerated.
Now, first implies that I also get eviscerated. None of us want that.
Well, if it eviscerates me and then you two try and to attack it and you don't kill it, then I would assume you would then be eviscerated.
I'm actually not terribly worried about getting eviscerated if all three of us are there.
I'm
This
like, I
thing-
keep saying
This thing has attacked just lone individuals, one of them a cripple, and It works at night. It doesn't strike me as much of a fighter if given the choice.
All right. Perhaps we can spring a trap. Let's catch it in a net of some sort.
Yes.
Sure.
But should we start at...
If you want to use me as bait.
Yes. Should we start at the last coin, where it was last known to be?
I think so. We should definitely head over there. But what are we going to use to catch this thing or person or whatever? Ropes? Rocks?
Should we get a net?
Do we need
A net?
Does it need to
specifically.
do we think we need it to be alive?
I guess not.
Yeah, we could just.
We could
Take
just
its
kill
head.
it. We could just kill it.
But I think we are getting ahead of ourselves. We should probably know what we're up against. And,
Sure.
And he just kind of starts walking towards, like, wherever he needs to go to get to the last coin.
I'm just like a killer who does things serially.
Oh my fuck.
And you
A
guys,
killer of cereal. He just kind of echoes.
no.
Of a cereal variety.
Okay, and you guys make your way through the town. It's about midday. There's still a lot of day left before nightfall. You guys head back to the smelting. Is there anything you guys are trying to do? What do you guys do to kill time?
Should I grab a net? Or are we just going to.
Sure. Let's grab a net.
Yeah.
They gave us 50 gold.
Yes.
That's true. If there's anything else you can think of, you can use that.
A wand of magic missile.
I mean, I could buy it. I have enough money.
Oh, I have enough money now. She said it was 100 gold.
Yeah. No, I'm like rich.
But you could get it for free.
I could get it for free. Go back and steal it again. But I have to give the stolen item away.
That is true.
Yes, that's why you need to steal them all.
Right.
I don't know. Just give them something and pretend you stole it.
Well, I had considered it. That's why I asked her how much they cost.
Well, so are you guys just headed back to the exchange?
I'm gonna grab a net at least.
Okay, that's only a gold. You can
Okay.
find one of those pretty easily.
All right, I get a net.
Make sure that's in your inventory. Anything else?
A place where I could possibly get some thieves' tools.
Roll investigation.
Sure. Fackin 3.
You search around and your investigation goes very poorly, and you end up back at the doorstep of a very familiar stall with a small halfling man, crazy hair, goggles sitting on their head.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're back.
I am back.
What are you looking for?
Thieves' tools.
You come to the right place. Let me see if I have any. And he starts like digging through all his barrels and like his rags and his buckets. Let's see, does Matthias have thieves' tools?
What does he have on the counter as he's digging through his stuff?
On the counter, he just has like a couple of daggers, a shield, a pack of like rations, some water skins, some caltrops, and then like a vial of you don't really know what it is, but there's like a green like viscous liquid flying around through it.
Can I take it?
Roll sleight of hand, my guy.
Oh, you make me so proud.
Oh, God. 15.
15.
Bro,
Let's
if this
see.
guy catches you again.
Oh, the fucking dwarf.
Is the dwarf there?
I mean, he is in the exchange.
Oh,
Let's see. And like, as soon as you grab it, what did you steal?
The liquid.
Okay, he's still that. And like, he comes back up and he's like, and he lays out like this little satchel. I got you one here.
Great. I also got this for you. And I'll give him the the green viscous liquid.
This isn't exactly special.
Why not?
It's just alchemist fire. I can pick this up anytime.
Yeah, but you just wanted to see my skills for the writ. I stole that, brought it to you.
Honestly, if you pick up alchemist fire, I think most merchants will let you go as they're not going to be losing much. This isn't exactly magical either.
All right, fine.
It's just a concoction of chemicals.
Fine. How much is the thieves' tools?
Maybe 25 gold.
God.
Damn.
Well, you can't just be stealing. I mean, it's kind of an expensive hobby to have.
Stealing?
Yes. I mean, high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, count yourself lucky that you can just come to a store like mine and ask for thieves' tools and not have the hammers called on you.
Well, that's why I came here.
Exactly. So that's a fair price, isn't it?
No.
Do you know how
No.
much thief tools go on for the market rate?
How much?
About 25 gold.
Okay.
Oh,
You can't give me a discount?
how much?
I don't know. Half.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
What's that one? $20.
20. I'll give it to you for 20. Look, 25 doesn't half well.
I suppose.
And it's just easier to round up, mate.
Sure. I'll give him the 20 gold for the thieves' tools.
He gives you the thieves' tools. You can keep the alchemist fire. I don't
Hey,
really want
who
it.
knows? Maybe we need it.
I think I have some on my own.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Would that be all?
How much are those caltrops?
Caltrops. I believe they're going for about. Let me see. And he like pulls out a book to try and find his market rate.
Caltrops on the market.
Be on the market. They're quite cheap. This pouch right here is about 20 of them inside. Can get you away from a gold.
Okay. I'll
You
give
want
him.
more?
Do I want more caltrops?
I have a few.
You have a few bags.
I mean, in this line of work, caltrops are good to have.
Sure. Do you have 5 bags?
How much you willing to pay for 5 bags?
5 gold.
Oh, okay.
Market price.
If you're going to pay what they're worth, I'll take it.
Are you going to give me a discount?
Well, I was, but you didn't ask for one, so
Well,
no.
I'm asking now.
Oh, no.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
You lost your chance. You already told me what you would pay.
I wonder what Kane is. He's been gone for a while.
I don't know.
You know-
he's probably stealing again.
Did you guys not go with him?
No, I'm sure we're in the same.
Did we?
I assumed you guys would have just went with him.
Oh, we did.
Well,
Because you
we're
guys
in
were
the
all
market.
shopping.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we were at the same stall.
Okay.
That's fair.
Here's your fucking 5 gold.
Nice doing business with you.
Not really.
Well, I mean, I can always
Actually-
take them back.
Actually, bad doing business with you.
No, you can't.
Be grateful. Look, they call me middleman Matthias for no reason. I'm good at what I do.
They should call you motherfucker Matthias.
I've been called that many a time.
Yeah, because you are.
You know, I don't happen to like you at all. Look, you come back with that one of the secrets and maybe we can have business, but from now, you're cut off.
Oh my god.
I was waiting for that to happen.
Oh my
I
god.
walk up, I'm like, how's it going? Are we ready to proceed with the plan?
I suppose so. Here's some caltrops for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
These may or may not be helpful, but I will use them.
Well, I remember you said you wanted them earlier, and they were here, so.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matthias.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hope your rest of your day goes well. I hope no one steals from you.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Yes, you just expressed that.
Yeah, well, I really wanted you to know.
I do appreciate that. Yeah, have yourself a good day. I
Who
hope you come
turns
back with
to
a
leave?
wand.
Yeah, I'll just turn around, shaking my head.
All right. You guys headed to the last coin.
Yes.
Okay. So you go in, and it's not as lively of a night. There's just a couple people there. The Red Dragonborn bartender notices you guys and, gets you guys a table, get you guys some mugs. The same bard who was there yesterday goes up, and he's just playing a soft tune on his mandolin. And it's quiet. You guys see Thomas and Rutherford. They kind of say hi. Just kind of pass by, get their own table. And after a while you guys are hanging out there, Tiana shows up.
Great.
Now, I have been keeping an eye on the bard after I overheard what the Thay wizards were saying about him. Like, has he been doing anything that's just like, has he been like watching anyone from his stage? Has he been doing anything that stands out?
The only thing that stands out to you is, we'll go ahead and roll perception.
Let's see, 13 plus 14.
14? Really, the only thing you notice is he's a damn good bard.
Plucking away. I go.
Yeah.
There is your girlfriend. Maybe she knows something about all this.
Maybe.
And she's just kind of like sitting at the bar. It doesn't seem like she's noticed you yet.
She's not my girlfriend, though. And I'll walk over to
Well,
her.
she is friend with this girl.
She is friend. That is girl. Well, I don't even know if we're friends.
And you get up and you walk and you sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wow.
Hello.
Well, I'd like to be frank. I was hoping I'd see you here.
And here I am.
How are you?
I am well.
Care for a drink on me tonight?
Sure.
What would you like?
Surprise me.
And bartender, 2 meads. 2 meads coming right up. And he gets you guys a drink, a mug of each.
Great. So,
So,
you heard anything about these people being eviscerated in the middle of the night?
what dreadful conversation to start with a woman who's so happy to see you.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, but it's just really weighing on my mind heavy.
Are you worried you'll get caught up?
I could.
You worried you'll get eviscerated?
So, why do you find yourself out in the streets at night? That's only when it happens.
Well, my line of work.
Your line of work, and we're talking business. Well, how can I help you, Mr. Businessman?
Well, have you heard anything of it?
Who hasn't?
Okay. I guess it's just bigger news than I thought it was.
It's been happening for a few weeks now. We've seen at least 4 parties, and even next to the Red Roof Inn, one night on my way home, I hear all kinds of screams and shouts, and next thing I know in the morning, there's a bloody red M draping down the wall. It's not a pretty sight.
Red M.
For murder.
Perhaps. Have you ever seen?
Oh no, absolutely not.
And is it always really a man?
Yeah, that's why they've taken to calling this,
M for man.
whatever it is,
Right.
they call it man-eater.
Man-eater.
Man-eater Mabel is the words that's going around.
Mabel?
I didn't pick the name.
It's for the M's.
Sure. More alliteration.
Makes it easy to remember.
It's filling my day today.
You've been talking to a lot of people?
A few.
I haven't.
None as pretty as you, though.
Well, now are we done talking business then?
Sure. I don't know.
So are you staying at the Rain Roof again?
I suppose.
Well, maybe I could give you guys a discount if you're staying here trying to help us with some of our city's issues.
We are going to try to get to the bottom of this murder in Mabel.
Well, I certainly hope you do. And I hope, and she like kind of grabs your forearm, just kind of traces her fingers across. I hope nothing happens to you.
I'll put my hand on top of hers. Nothing as yet.
And what are you two doing?
I'm like listening.
Well, I don't think they were taking any care to be secret about it.
No.
I'm like, okay, she wasn't like super helpful, but whatever. I guess I'll just get more absinthe.
Okay. Dragonborn just is like, well, you drink the most absinthe I think I've ever seen anyone drink.
I like it. Is there anything stronger than this?
That I carry? No.
Do you know where I could find anything stronger than this?
I don't know. You ever read a book? Stuff and Legends, I'm sure is what you're looking for.
Where I come from, we have this strange, gross blood concoction, and there's some
Excuse me, you drink blood.
Yes. What? You don't?
Obviously, we're in here with spirits and ale.
Blood, vinegar.
No. What are you? Some sort of... You on tea?
No, what? Why would you think that? No, no. But there's you put venom in it, and it's like a hallucinogen. It's the only thing I've ever had that like works.
No, we don't carry anything like that. I'm very sorry.
Shame. I guess I'll just stick to the green juice.
That you will. Don't go around drinking blood, talking about drinking blood in these parts. Might not be that safe.
Oh, I just didn't realize that wasn't a thing that other people did.
Is there anything else I can get you?
No. No.
And he goes back and he gets you a bottle and he says, on the house, as long as you keep to yourself.
Thanks. I walk back to Uren. I got this for free.
Nice. Very frugal of you.
You're not trying to do anything else.
I think we're just waiting for it to get dark.
Oh, that's time.
Well, before it starts, like, Uren's probably gonna want to talk shop. So, okay, so how do we want to go about this? Kane goes out as the bait,
Yes.
and where will we be?
Trailing behind, I suppose.
Perhaps from a rooftop?
Yes, I could climb a roof.
So you could throw the net from up there. That might be a good way to kick things off.
Yeah, I could even jump on it.
Feel free to join the conversation whenever you... Is there anything you want to talk about Tiana? Talk to about with Tiana before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then you guys have a good night, a couple of drinks, you laugh, you smile. Roll me a straight charisma check real fast.
Sure. I know what it is. 10.
10? That's a good night. As far as you can tell, I mean, you're still not sure what your relationship is.
Sure.
But she says she wants to see you again.
Okay.
Okay. And you come back to the table and you hear them just like planning things out, talking about, and you just hear like, oh yeah, Kane's going to be bait. Like,
We're going to be on the roof. And
Yeah, Uren has like constructed like a little miniature wall out of sugar cubes
Yeah.
that were there.
I'm like,
Sorry. Then you come here, and like he just kind of drops one as you walk up.
Oh. You know, the more we throw this word of bait around, the less excited I am for this plan.
Yes, that's good.
what are you afraid of? I
Play
mean, we're both here.
targets.
What was that word? Oh. Evisceration. I'm afraid of that.
Okay, we've thrown this word around, but what does it mean?
It's when you get your innards sliced open and out of you.
Sliced up, okay. That's not going to happen to you.
I love how confident you are from the roof.
I said that I will jump on it. I will jump off of the roof on it.
Yeah.
Have trust in me. We're friends, yes? I won't let you be eviscerated.
We're friends. Look at you. Great. Okay. So, I'm going to be the bait. I'm going to walk around. And then what? What if it doesn't show?
I don't know. I think there's really not much else we can do. It's not like we can call for it.
I wonder if the scent of blood draws it out more.
Maybe.
It's a possibility. Might see you like a wounded animal.
Right.
Would you be willing to...
She kind of like motions like you cutting your palm.
I suppose. If it aids the cause.
Seems a good plan as any. I mean, really, what else are we supposed to do?
I don't know. I'm a little scared.
Okay, so just to kind of pull back to just us talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we feel about that as a plan? Like, to draw it out? And
I mean, we have that girl with us, right?
is she here with us?
She said she would meet you there.
Okay. Yeah. We
Oh,
could,
the detective.
yeah, we could get more information from her about how to, like, draw it out.
Like maybe she could help us. I don't know how. She looks like a lady that can fight. She had a strong grip.
She had a firm handshake.
She had a firm handshake.
She can
so
fight monsters.
Maybe she can fight.
Maybe.
Here,
Maybe not.
I have a question. Is there any pattern to where the different attacks were happening? Because Kane, like, had it pointed out to him on the map.
So let's do this. We'll say at this point in time, Lyra has shown up and she's talking shop with you guys. As far as patterns go, not really. And she like throws out a map of Burnwell, or at least what she has, and she notes out an attack here, which is what you would call the last coin. There was one over here next to one of the farms, and then there was one on the opposite side of the smelting next to another farm. Specifically, the first farm was the Muranhar Farms, and the other was Ringlock Farms next to the Waterfall Fields.
I'll ask anyone, like, do you see any pattern to this?
I don't want to see if there's any pattern.
And then the fourth, let's see. The fourth was actually a death in this sort of park area here in the Iron District.
Okay.
Lyra, was it?
Yes.
What sort of folks are dying to this?
I mean, there's really no
Any
other...
nobles?
I mean, most in the Iron District are of the wealthier sort. No one quite important, that being said.
Wait. But only one has died in the Iron District.
The rest have been, well, transients roaming the streets of the smelting.
As far as a plan goes, do you have any insights or ideas as to how we can draw it out to make sure that Kane is the next person to be attacked?
If we can make Kane look alone and dress him up in common clothes, maybe. Again, the biggest pattern we've seen are male, well, homeless.
I pull out my super nasty cloak that's all like folded up and kind of toss it on the table.
But I don't want to wear that.
I mean, it
But-
could help.
I will do what I must. I'll take off my new cloak that I just bought, put it in my pack, and put on this nasty garb.
You think this is enough?
Do I look homeless?
I mean, you might want to let your hair out, let some of it in your face,
Just kind of like,
toss a little bit.
Sure. I'll take it out of the ponytail and undo the braid.
Do you have any, I don't know, maybe it would look best if you had like a bottle of ale or some sort of spirit
go.
with you.
I chug the absinthe, almost gone, and then hand the rest of it.
Are you okay?
She's like, yeah.
That's something. I think this might be good enough.
I'll drink it. The absinthe.
I mean, it's definitely the taste of black licorice and mint heats itself down your throat, and you can feel it sitting heavily at the bottom of your stomach. Just that swig was enough to kind of get you a little buzzed.
Good. That's all I wanted.
You.
So this is the plan.
I suppose.
What? Has it gotten dark yet?
Yeah, she
okay.
showed up at dark.
Okay.
I think it's the best one we've got. It makes the most sense. If there's no pattern and you can't discern a certain location, then yes, maybe we should just
Are
stay
there-
behind and he walks.
Are there any empty flagons around or unattended to? Not empty, but unattended to.
I'm sure we could find some.
I just want to throw one on myself so that I smell drunk.
Do you think that would be...
I mean, I don't fucking know. If the bottle is supposed to help maintain this illusion of homeless, then I think I should fucking smell gross.
You want to act tour?
Well, and she kind of asked the bartender, and he says, I'll charge for it, but I can splash a mug on you, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, that was a little too easy. I'm not going to charge you for this. As he like grabs a mug full of ale and just tosses it on you. A couple people in the bar are just like, oh, like, what is happening?
What are these weird people doing?
Mind your own.
Uren just kind of drizzles some on your back. Just like, we missed a spot here.
I'm like,
So, I mean, a proper saying in my line of work is, criminal always returns to the scene.
Mm,
Maybe we can attempt to test that theory.
sure.
So, you two will take the rooftops of the nearby buildings. Kane, you'll set yourself out as bait. And I can try to keep myself a ways away. And she whips off her back what looks to be a light crossbow. And I can shoot from afar.
Okay.
Good a plan as any.
I suppose.
Well, is it time? Should we go?
Yep.
I think so.
you ready?
As I'll ever be.
And you step out into the pale moonlight of the half moon lighting the sky of Burnwell. And you go around sifting upon like the different alleyways. You can kind of see the dogs and the cats running around. Sometimes they scatter as you get close. Urin and Narissa, I'm going to have you roll acrobatics or athletics to get on top of the buildings.
Well, I was actually going to ask if there was like a rooftop entrance from, if there was like a way onto the roof from the inside of the tavern.
Go ahead and just roll me a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
Ooh, I'm rolling well today. That is a 24.
The barkeep will let you go on to the roof from like his own personal area.
25
Much
to
obliged.
just jump up, hop up, spin around Assassin's Creed, like flip across the roof.
And then I just open the door behind her.
Well, are you guys staying on the? Are you on the same
not.
roof?
I'm
the roof of
moving.
the last, of the last coin is going to be kind of far away.
Oh, is it? I thought.
I mean, like you'd be like 2, 3, 4 homes down,
Oh.
depending on where it attacks.
Oh, I gotcha. I thought it was the alleyway, like right next to the.
It's close, but he did investigate quite far.
Okay. In that case, then yeah, I guess I'd be feebly following her up. You said acrobatics?
Yes, or athletics, whichever is better for you.
Probably neither are great. Acrobatics. That's a 4.
Can you help him? If
I
you roll
mean-
athletics, Narissa can help you.
Yeah, I got
So you can take
athletics.
advantage on an athletics check. She's already up there. She can kind of help pick you up.
Okay. Hey, that's not so bad. 14.
Okay, awesome. Like with her help, she like nudges you up, and you find yourself on top of the roof.
Yeah, help me.
Just pull you up by the back.
And then I am going to roll for Lyra. She is going to roll stealth. Good shit. Good shit.
Great.
Do we need
Kane.
to roll
Clunk,
stealth?
clunk, clunk.
Are you guys trying to be stealthy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if we're gonna swing a
You're
trap.
gonna need
We're
to roll
trying not
Yeah,
to be.
he's going to cast invisibility on himself.
Oh, okay. So you roll with advantage. Actually, no, you don't roll with advantage. You just roll.
I just roll.
Yeah. Kane. First off, I want you to roll performance.
Sure.
How
Drunk.
yeah, how drunk, how just horrible can you be right now? How much of a target can you make yourself look
If
like?
you go out in the woods today, you better go in disguise. That's a 20.
Okay, you're feeling good.
I also got a 20 for myself.
You got
5.
good stuff. Good
Yep.
stuff. So you guys, Kane, you definitely got like the drunken stupor down. You're wading, you're waddling, you're walking down these alleyways. Uren, you kind of like disappear into the night. Narissa, you trying so hard to be careful to like follow Urid's example. You kind of go back into your warrior ways, which is just to be fast, and you're just like stomping across these roofs. You even hear people is like, "Hey, lie down up there. Who's on top of my?" and just like all kinds
slow
of things.
down and just get like lower. I'll just try and be as low as possible.
Okay, awesome. And Kane, you're going, and because you're not trying to be stealthy,
Nope.
but as you walk, it's almost like Lyra's trying to match your footsteps, but you step and then you hear her step. You step and then there's another heel click. It's completely like unsyncopated.
Is she?
She's-
She's on the roof, right?
No, she is on the ground about 30, 40 paces away from you.
Okay. Wow. I'm so drunk and alone out here. I wish I had somebody to
And
talk to.
time passes and you guys are trying to keep an eye on Kane as he kind of just, are you just like walking it before in the alleyways? Are you like trying to get as far as you can?
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting around, not trying to go too far so that they can maintain a normal distance.
Okay, and how far away are you trying to stay away from him?
He's keeping probably about as far back as what's her name? Lyra. And
Yeah, I was gonna say probably about the same
Yeah.
30-ish feet.
Okay,
Though-
you guys are just above.
Yeah.
though, like, he's also like watching for any obvious monstrous silhouettes, or just he's keeping a weather eye for whatever this is.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Perception. That's a 4. So
Okay, awesome. You're keeping some wide eyes open. You're keeping a wide breath in your search.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of walking, Kane, until you feel a very harsh wind pass by, chilling you to the bone. And the funny thing about wind, usually it just blows. You feel it, it dissipates. The cold chill that runs down your spine disappears in your back where you used to be in the elements. But the wind doesn't stop. It keeps wisping and wisping around you until finally you start to realize that on your skin, you're starting to get small lacerations as blood begins to let loose. And you are caught in what seems to be a small maelstrom. The air is being pulled out of your lungs, as we'll pick up next time.
Oh my
Under the Dreamer's
fucking
Flame.
God.
Thanks for hanging out today, you guys. It was a fun time. We're going to start with something pretty crazy next time. So have fun, be safe, enjoy your weekends. It was great having you here. Bye-bye.
Check your messages.
Oh, I have a message. I have a message that needs to be checked. Wait, don't leave. We are raiding. Oh, and I also have a question. So Kuroneko 229. Hi, today after some 5 years, I'll play campaign. I'm kind of nervous though. It's not D&D, but is a D20 system. Big eyes, small mouth. Any suggestion? Let's see. You got your nerves eating at you. Ooh, awesome. So there's some strongly based on anime. I might have to play this myself. My suggestion is, I'm not exactly sure what you're asking, Kuroneko, but I would say just be yourself, try and have fun. I hope you're with people that you're comfortable with, that you know, are willing to be yourself around, and simply just embody whatever character you're trying to be. If you want to be Sailor Moon but a goblin, like, go for it, you know. Fight with the power of the stars. Like, by the power of the moon you will smite them and you will be the cutest goblin doing it. So just go in there and have some fun. That's really all that it's about. No one's gonna make fun of you if they're your friends, you know. So just I hope you're with people who support you and you have a good time. And then let's see, Federal Ghosts. So if you guys could all jump on, we're going to set up a raid for Federal Ghosts. We're going to jump in on them, and hopefully, you know, we'll have a fun time doing it together as a little community that we're building. So we'll see you there.